Have you had dirty balls? Do they stink like fucking swamp ass? Well, you should check out Ballsy. Ballsy is a men's health and wellness.
There you go. Keep doing that, Reed, so I can cut it and chop it up.
Fuck, I don't have that. Hold on, let me pull it up. Fuck.
No, just talk about Ballsy, bro. Ballsy is great.
Well,
if you got swamp balls, I know it's hot outside, boys. I know it's hot outside. I know you got that swamp ass, them swamp balls, and sometimes you just want to freshen up or maybe even avoid it if you can. Especially on a hot summer day in Texas, where the heat index makes it feel 107. You know, I don't understand the whole it's this, but it feels like this thing. It's whatever it feels like, right? But anyways, I know your ass is sweating, your gooch is stinky, and we got a really badass product for you. It's called Ballsy brand. They sell the most amazing smelling activated charcoal and pH balanced ball wash that'll not only get your shit clean, it'll make it feel nice and fresh and tingly. They also have the nut rub solid cologne. You know, after you wash your balls with that ball wash, you get a little bit of that solid cologne and you just give it a little pop, pop.
It's also pH balanced too, so it keeps it like nice and clean.
Yeah, so you pop in a little bit on the bottom of your ball sack and wrinkle it around a little bit, and boom, you got great smelling balls. And if you sweat a lot, and I know big boys out here be chafing, they sell the liquid powder ball guard, which is actually made to prevent you from chafing. It also keeps your balls nice and fresh and clean feeling and dry. Ball wash.
So realistically, guys, keep your balls from looking like one of those rubber things you threw at the wall that would slowly like kind of come down those little wall climbers. You know, on a hot day, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. And check out Ballsy.
Yep. Yeah. Go check out Ballsy, ballsy.com, and use our promo code TW15 for 15% off. What's up, D-Fam? Welcome back to the greatest Bi-City podcast in the world, the Weekly D Podcast. I'm your host, Danny G. This is my co-host, the incredible Kyle Austin. And today we have a very, very special guest. He's a videographer coming out of Houston. He's worked with people like AJ McQueen, O'Shea Way, Stiff Barbie, and the homie CA the Don. He's also a member of the highly praised The Opinionated Podcast. Please allow me to introduce our friend, my homie, Jarvis Parsons, aka SpidieWebHer.
What's up, y'all? Thank y'all for having me, man. I appreciate it. And thank you for the introduction, man. That was cold.
Of course, bro. Man. I told you we got practice.
Realistically, this is the first time he's gotten it right. Like,
I literally, in 4 years, I've only done 2 good intros, and yours was the second one.
Oh, see, that's a rare one right there.
Thank y'all. Yeah, I appreciate y'all for having me. I'm blessed to be here. Thank you.
For sure, Jarvis. It's really good to see you, man. How's things been going? How's the drive been doing? And you know, like what's been going on with you, man? Like
I've been pretty good. Just working. Actually, I recently just went back to work. And for those that don't know, I have a 9-to-5 alongside with doing video work. And I actually, like 2 months ago, like early November, I fell off a fence actually doing a video for AJ McQueen.
Oh, shit.
He was there. He could tell you all about it. But I fell off of a fence trying to jump the gate to open it from the inside. And one of the spokes broke, and I fell on the concrete and fractured my elbow. So I was out of work for like 2 months.
Dude,
yeah, I ain't come back till recently, like December 30th. So I've been off for like 2 months. So, but I've been enjoying the time off. Don't get me wrong. At first I was worried about it, but you know I had enough vacation leave and all that. So, but I was actually blessed. I actually wouldn't have had it any other way. So I'm kind of glad I had that time off.
Oh yeah, you took a little break.
Yeah, for real, for real. And then
If-
and then just me shooting video. It didn't stop me from shooting videos. I actually have a few pictures where I actually have like my half cast on, and I'm still shooting videos.
Yeah.
So it don't stop me from doing what I gotta do. So I gotta do what I gotta do. But
Hey, that's
for
what's
the
up,
most
bro.
part, that's all that's been going on recently.
Yeah. That's
Cool,
what's
man.
up, dude. Like, I respect the hustle. You know,
Thank you,
I
thank you.
respect the hustle. You know, over here, broken arm and shit, and just doing your thing, man.
Still
That's
making
awesome.
content, man. That's hard.
Thank you.
Bro.
Some people really like just completely stop whatever they do.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
they're done.
yeah.
They're off. You know. But
Dude,
that's
rough,
brave
bro.
for one, and that's really freaking good. It's also a good blessing in disguise too that you're able to get the time off work.
Hell yeah.
No, for real.
Did-
That's what I saw.
Did you get to
for real.
focus on like what you were doing videography wise?
Yeah,
When
it
you went
did,
down?
and
Yeah.
it helped me actually get my YouTube going back started because I wasn't really active with my YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and then kind of see where I want to focus my direction at.
Mhm.
There's a lot of things I got like in the works. Like I'm trying to do I'm planning on making my own Spider-Man fan film.
Bro.
So yeah, like I'm
That's-
really trying to do this.
I was literally gonna that's one of my questions I wanted to ask you about. I'm glad you got into it. Like right off the
for
jump.
sure.
Cause like
For
what
sure.
inspired you to do that?
So I actually watch I actually follow a few like fan film pages,
Mhm.
and what really happened was, and actually I can show you guys. Hold on.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, girl, you can. Okay. Hold on. Hold on, real quick. Let me show you. Let me show you guys. Hold on.
All right, you're good. Jarvis is stepping away from the mic right now, reaching out for. I have no idea what he grabbed. Oh, Spider-Man head. Okay,
Let me just put this in.
is that a mask? That's
It
a
is a
mask.
mask.
All right.
That is a mask on a foam head.
All right. So this mask, I don't know if they can see it, but it's a really like
Yeah.
authentic looking. It's a really authentic looking Spider-Man
Uh-huh.
mask, and I bought it really as just like a souvenir, something that I just want to keep in my house. And then I got the idea that I'm like, well, wait, I can actually make a film, like a fan film, because I follow a lot of fan films, and I'm like, I could actually make a fan film with this if I really wanted to do that. So and it's nice. I mean, the eyes, the lenses on it
Mhm.
move and all of that. So
Oh,
that's
damn.
really where I got the inspiration from. And I knew it was gonna be something that was difficult because I specialize in like music videos and commercials and weddings and stuff like that. So doing an actual film, short film, is something a little bit out of my comfort zone. So
Uh-huh.
it was something that I really wanted. But the attachment I have, the Spider-Man, like I even have the tattoo. I don't know if it's visible on the camera, but I actually have a Spider-Man tattoo. I'm a huge
Bro,
Spider-Man fan.
You named your company SpidieWebHer.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
for real. So that's my nickname, my company name. So it's just part of my inspiration. So
yeah,
that's just something that I really want to do, and
that's
it's
what's
something
up.
really big, and I'm just really excited about doing it. So
So I
that's just
saw
something-
I saw on your Instagram that you had like animation stuff. Are you
Mhm.
dabbling with animation software now, or?
Yeah, a little bit. So one of the things I like to that I think I talked about in one of my YouTube videos that because I've always used to tell people when they came to me doing videography and editing and stuff like that,
Mhm.
that if you wanted animation or anything in that lane, you came to the wrong person. and to be honest, that's still partially true. But the difference is that I always say that when it's something in your, when it's something in your life that you're really passionate about, for you to get things done, it'll cost you to do things that you never thought you could do.
Mm-hmm.
And looking like actually digging into the film and thinking about wanting to make this film, I realized that something I couldn't get around was the CGI part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had to have that, or I just wouldn't feel it was legit enough. So I realized like I have a strong enough computer. Now all I gotta do is just fight the will to want to do it and want to learn.
Yeah.
So I found a tutorial on YouTube teaching me kind of how to do it, and I started it. And yeah, I actually made my first CGI scene about a month ago. And it was and it was really tough. It took me a while. It took me like that scene was only like 3 seconds long, and it took me like 3 weeks to make it. So it was it takes a long that Blender animation type stuff is
frame by frame, right?
Yeah, frame by frame, every single frame.
Crap. Bro, that's wild. That's insane.
So it was fun and very tedious. Very tedious. But once you get the hang of it, you start to know where the button's at. Then you can kind of get the ball rolling on your own. But obviously, it's still some stuff that I still got to learn about the program. But hopefully, that's something I can start dabbling into the future.
Yeah, bro, that's dope. So, like, with the Spider-Man fan film, do you got a project date, like a drop date yet, or are you still working on it, trying to figure it out?
I wish I could tell you, but I'm still working on it. I'm still writing the story.
That's your passion project.
It is. So I'm still working on the story. I have a few actors that I already got, like the few of the main actors. I need like a few more, and I need mostly what I still got to get the full costume, and then I'm gonna actually have the Green Goblin be the villain in there because that's my favorite Spider-Man villain.
He's one
next
of the
to Venom. I love
villains.
Venom, but Green Goblin is my favorite one. But I'm gonna have the Green Goblin as the villain, and I just need just getting the story together and trying to get the locations. Like I want to film, have a Spider-Man identity as a high school student.
Yeah.
So I want to have I want to be able to film in a high school. So and being able to access that as an independent filmmaker is not the easiest task. Bro, like what you do is just go into a high school and be like, "Hey, can I film in here?" Especially during
just go to Lamar, bro.
Huh?
Just go to our alma mater.
Good old Lamar.
Yeah, for real. Bro. Hey, they might.
You know, a ton of people there.
I gotta show you something.
Familiar faces for all of us now that work there now. So.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, you'd be surprised who works.
Hey,
there,
I like that. I like that Green Goblin.
Number one.
I didn't see that. You had that.
Yeah. That's a reprint of number one, but it's number one.
Green Goblin's great because it's like, I don't know. I feel like Marvel doesn't really have like those characters that really don't have like, and all of them have like some kind of like good agenda, right? Like all of them are doing things because they believe it's good. Green Goblin doesn't believe in things like that. Green Goblin is just evil to be evil, and that's what I really like about like his character.
Hell yeah!
I don't know.
Nah, bro,
he's a Jekyll and Hyde, So like like the actual like why is my brain slipping?
Because you had COVID.
Yeah, that's probably it.
You got that COVID brain.
I mean, but you have Green Goblin, and then you have like his other side, which is actually a good guy.
Right.
Once he goes into full Green Goblin,
you're fucked.
Nuts.
That's it.
Yeah. I never get a chance to flex that one comic book though. And right now that you said Green Goblin, I was like, I gotta take advantage of this and flex it at least once in my life.
No, for sure. That's it. Hey, it came in handy.
Yeah, the Spider-Man number one with the Green Goblin. It's a reprint, but it's worth something. It's pretty dope. Sure. Yeah, dude, that's dope. Well, since we're still on Spider-Man, I'm gonna hit you with a quick brain question. You gotta think this one out. All right, you ready? Right. Who's the best Spider-Man in your opinion? Since you're on the Opinionated podcast, I figured we ask you a hot take.
So I'm not gonna lie, for a while it was Tobey Maguire for the nostalgia. But I'm not gonna lie, I have to, after this movie, I'm not gonna lie, Tom Holland gonna take the cake for me.
You think so?
I think so. And I can go into a real deep on like how I feel about how the MCU did Spider-Man with Tom Holland. Mm-hmm. And what I really like about how they did Tom Holland in Spider-Man with the MCU is that, because especially if you talk about like some of the times where like in the comics with Spider-Man and the Avengers, it's like a lot of times he was like a helpmate. Like he wasn't like fully invested in the Avengers, but a lot of times like he was in and out. And you know, Spider-Man's too, him being a high school student, it kind of makes it more realistic of him being like an underdog or insecure about his abilities or insecure about his ability to be a superhero. And at first I felt very weird about that. About when I saw Homecoming, I felt very weird. Like, why they make him like that? Like he seems like a wimp. Like, and him being my favorite superhero, and they got the Hulk and everybody else making him look like a little wimp. I'm feeling some type of way. But I after seeing this movie, all of it made sense. And and I now that I see it like that, I wouldn't want it any other way. Because I kind of got connected to him throughout all the movies. Even though he only had 3 solo movies, he still appeared in other Avengers movies with that same type of personality. So like over these years, like we watched him grow into the character that he ended up being at the end of No Way Home, and I felt like a more of a connection that because you know, I growing up in high school, I didn't have the most confidence in myself either, and that's part of the reason why I connected with the character so much, because I didn't have all the, you know, I felt the same way he felt. So seeing that and watching him grow into, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody that's watching. If y'all haven't watched it, this is about to be a spoiler, so you might want to close your ears.
You might want to skip a couple seconds.
Let's just call this for like a good point from here until we stop talking about Spider-Man. I think that's fair at this point. If you guys don't want to see, if you guys haven't seen No Way Home and you guys plan on seeing No Way Home, you can go ahead and skip this part.
Skip about 10 minutes ahead. And
then we'll be back on track. But it will allow you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right.
Spoiler alert.
So and I feel like one of the big climax of that moment, of course, like when M.A. died and when he opened the door to his first apartment. I actually, as crazy as that scene sounds, I actually screenshotted that moment from YouTube, because like that moment hit so hard for me, even though people might have like slept on that moment and thought nothing of it, but that moment hit so hard. Let me show you.
Yeah.
At the end of the movie, right? When he steps into his own apartment.
When he stepped into his apartment, he looked up.
Yeah.
It's like at that moment he realized, like, I'm grown on my own. I don't got the Avengers. Because throughout the whole series, he had Iron Man that had his back.
He had no one at that point.
You're right. He had Aunt May that had his back. He had all the Avengers that had his back. What MJ and Ned had his back. So everybody was there, like helping him out, you know, like being his protection when he felt like he didn't have nobody. And now at that moment, he was all on his own. Like it's just him against the world now. And like, and the difference between Tom and Toby and Andrew is that they did all of that within like 30 minutes of their personal first films, compared to with Tom Holland's Spider-Man. They did it throughout the whole series of all the movies, and then you really got that full feeling at the end so it was like he grew up just like the other Spider-Man did, like Toby and Andrew did, but we got to see, like somebody said this and I believe it so much. They said all of the Spider-Man movies until the end of No Way Home was pretty much a Tom Holland origin story.
Absolutely.
That's how I felt compared 100%. To like Toby and Andrew. It's like their origin story was like the first 30 minutes of their first Spider-Man movie, or the first hour, or the first 30 minutes of their Spider-Man movie. So you, even though you connected with their personal life, you didn't get to see the growth. It's like they got beat up a few times. They got beat up a few times. Then all of a sudden, out of the blue, they manned up and became Spider-Man. Instead, with Tom Holland, we literally watched the entire process through Homecoming, through
that's so America. True too, because we see Uncle Ben die like in the first 20 minutes of the Tobey Maguire.
And then all of a sudden he get beat up one time after that, and then all of a sudden now he's a man and he's ready to take on the world of Spider-Man. And I felt like with Tom, he wussied out throughout the whole process until he finally like had to accept it. And that's why I'm like, man, I really like how they made it like an origin story. So now you know, from every moment after this, he just gonna refer to all those individual moments that led up to that, and I feel like 'cause that's how real life is. Not one incident makes us grow. Sometimes with some people, but not one incident makes everybody grow up. It's a series of different incidents throughout your life that makes you realize, like, okay, I don't want to be a wimp no more. I don't want to be a wuss no more. I finally want to take control of my own life and become who I want to be. And I really like how the MCU really did. I absolutely love it. Like at this point, Tom Holland better keep playing Spider-Man because I absolutely love him as that role. He did it. And I heard he's gonna be in a few more movies.
Yeah, he's got. Bro, I think he's officially got 3 confirmed.
Man, that's crazy.
Bro, you broke it down so beautifully, though.
Absolutely.
Like, damn.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was like, because it's true though. Like, I guess at the end of the day, it's gonna be really interesting to see what the next 3 movies look like because it's gonna be it'll still be Tom Holland's Spider-Man, right? Like, it's still he's still gonna have battled with the Avengers. He's still gonna have known his MJ. He's still gonna have been best friends with Ned at one point,
right?
But then you're gonna see him without all of that for a time, you know.
Right.
So what's that gonna do to him as time goes along? What kind of Spider-Man are we gonna get out of out of Tom Holland's Spider-Man as we see I'm sure we're going to see a much more gritty version.
Bro, I want to see if Ned becomes his arch enemy now.
Oh, the Hobgoblin?
Yeah, because he kind of teased it where he's like, I'll never betray you, and this and that.
Yeah.
I was like, you damn well you're about to stab Spider-Man in the back.
Yeah, you know you about to do it. Because, I mean, that's Ned ends up becoming a Hobgoblin in the comics due to him being, like, brainwashed and stuff like that. So, I mean, if they follow the comics, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, we're going to see. I want to see them bring, like, other villains like Kraven and Shocker in, because they never really had. I mean, Shocker did kind of have an appearance at Homecoming, but like Kraven and all, because he got a lot of villains. Like, they can really make a tons of. And I actually heard that they talking about they gonna be actually doing like multiple Spider-Mans happening at the same time. So while Andrew got his move, I mean not Andrew.
I heard that they all signed on.
They're gonna both be possibly having movies around each other.
Bro, that's gonna be so
crazy.
bad. You know what I want? I want the Spider-Man and Daredevil crossover movie. Like, they need to do it. When Matt Murdock came out in that movie and he caught that break, I was like, ooh, shit. Like, please make a movie with him.
The thing with that is, though, because they brought Matt Murdock in, which was awesome. You know, you finally see Daredevil on a cinematic screen for the first time, which is super cool. Because, I mean, people love the TV show. So it was really exciting to see that. But it makes you wonder, because he's probably going to stick with MCU. Because the thing we're going to see now with Tom Holland Spider-Man is they're no longer partnering with Disney.
Yeah.
The way that they've done that is they officially cut ties with Disney at this point. Tom Holland will be in his own solo movies as a Sony-produced Marvel film. So we're going to be seeing it from the perspective of, like, these people that we know. We may see, like, glimpses of them, but a lot of them will be out of production, so you won't see as many Marvel crossovers.
Well, I mean, come on, they can't tease Daredevil in it and not give us a Daredevil Spider-Man crossover.
We'll
like,
see.
It has to happen.
He may remain the lawyer, but it's not like Tom Holland can afford a lawyer right now.
Yeah,
he's in a place where he has no.
That
money.
Is true. He's
like
just starting from the jump.
It's going to be interesting to see like what that looks like, but I am excited because of what that's going to do instead is that's going to leave it really open for some really cool Spider-Man potential when it comes to just straight villains. You're going to get potentially some monsters. You may even see an Uncle Ben pop out of nowhere. Now that Aunt May is gone, he may find his Uncle Ben. You know, who knows at this point? Or Uncle Ben may find him. Like, they never said that Uncle Ben doesn't exist in that universe.
Right.
They've only said that he didn't have that death like Aunt May. Aunt May was the Uncle Ben in that place. So it's going to be interesting to see, like, will he find Uncle Ben? You know, maybe will we see some other, you know, Spider-Man villains or Spider-Man, you know, side heroes? Where we going to finally see? We will see Venom for sure. Venom,
because they teased it. Yeah.
Because did you see the very last spoiler?
Oh yeah, when Venom zipped back into his world, but then left a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's definitely, and of course, if that, you know, splits again, then you get Carnage, and then you know how that goes.
For sure.
It's gonna be really exciting.
I can't wait.
Fuck yeah.
Andrew Garfield's films are gonna be really cool too.
People don't give him enough credit for real.
For sure. One thing that No Way Home did, they cleaned it up for him really well. Like, they cleaned up that ending because it just ended. it ended with Gwen Stacy being killed. And it really left in a very somber note at the very end of Spider-Man, because they just kind of canceled the movies because they weren't that popular. They finally were able to kind of, provide that. That was one of my favorite moments. Was where he saves MJ.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
bro, I was bawling
God.
at that point. I was like, oh.
And she was looking at him like, are you okay?
Right.
Yeah.
He definitely showed everyone knew. If you talk Spider-Man, like Amazing Spider-Man, people liked Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. They didn't like Andrew Garfield's villains or writing.
Yeah.
That was weak.
And honestly, I mean, he killed it in No Way Home. Like,
yeah, he definitely did.
Like,
He did his thing.
Yeah, I like how they kind of like threw subtle jabs at his movies though.
Yeah,
where he's like, "Oh, I'm the lame Spider-Man," or this and that. Like, a lot of people.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, they threw little jabs at him.
You're amazing.
Yeah,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, hey, but a lot of people said that he was just too cool to be a Peter Parker. Like he was too cool of a Peter Parker to be. I mean, I guess it can kind of go, but this is how I feel, right? And I actually saw this and I agree with it. They said that Tobey Maguire was the best Peter Parker. They said that Andrew Garfield, not no more. Well, I don't agree no more after No Way Home, but they said, but prior to No Way Home, I would agree that Andrew Garfield was the best Spider-Man and that Tom Holland was decent at both. And I could kind of see that because as a Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield was way more acrobatic and flexible than Tobey was. Tobey was a little bit slow. He was really, of course, the Spidey system was really well, but I felt like Andrew handled the Spider-Man portion, well, at least the way they portrayed it was really, like he was really.
I think he was more fit.
He was doing it. He was cool, and then they made him a little bit more funny and childish in that one compared to Tobey was a lot more serious all the time. He maybe had 3 to 4 jokes throughout all 3 movies. Like he was not funny at all.
I think Tobey was the best actor out of all of them. Like just hands down, Yeah, but he didn't have the athleticism. I think he hurt his back within the first or second one. He
actually did, in production too. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so
I feel like Tom Holland's definitely caused a stir though when it comes to that conversation though, and if Tobey's now the best actor out of the 3 because Tom did an amazing job. He did, like in No Way Home, and really, really showcased some acting skills that you wouldn't have seen quite yet with Tobey's discography and like career.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, he's the best actor out of all of them. Like in my opinion, like he has the acting chops, but athleticism or wow factor, he didn't have it as much as he
did.
And that's where I agree with Jarvis. I think Andrew Garfield had that. And that's what. But the only thing was the movies didn't have that.
Yeah, the writing to the movies
had it.
Great.
The movies did not have it, and obviously they rebooted Electro much better. Even though Jamie Foxx did what Jamie Foxx could do, Jamie Foxx did a much better job with better writing.
Yeah.
And it shows. Like,
so did Sandman. Spider-Man 3 wasn't that good either.
It was kind of weird, especially when he turned into Dark Spider-Man and he was just an asshole to everybody.
Evil Spider-Man.
Yeah, not for real. So it was a lot of memes. It was a lot of memes from that. That's been when Peter did have the symbiote on him, and he was kind of like wore the dark suit. You know, the dark suit with his actual dark like. You know, he had the black suit on.
He had the emo haircut.
It was funny. It was funny. It was a lot of memes, man. I mean, every last one of them was funny, but I absolutely enjoyed the movie. Tom did an amazing job, and as of right now, Tom is my favorite Spider-Man. Hands down.
That's because they haven't seen Jarvis as Spider-Man yet, right?
Hey, and I'm actually gonna be acting in my own films. So that's the crazy part. So.
Please, when you're gonna drop that, let us know so we can promote it for you, and so you can come back. Like we want you to come back. Yeah.
No, definitely. So it's actually a thing with the dropping too, and I'm definitely going to invite you guys so y'all can. Well, my goal is to, of course, finish the movie. I want to have it at least. My goal is by the end of the year. So maybe in between November and around when No Way Home came out. Is hopefully I can have it around then.
Ooh,
but my goal is to actually premiere it in a movie theater and like buy all the seats in the movie theater room and premiere it in a movie theater. So and just allow free tickets because it's a fan film, so I can't. It's a non-profit. I can't actually make money off of it.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to invite everybody to come watch it and premiere it in a movie theater. So that's my goal. And then after that, if I can find a way without any copyright issues, then I'll put it on YouTube and I can go from there. So
I was gonna say, if you need a guy for costume design too, as well, I do know a guy who his name's Cody. He's been on a few of our podcasts when we do another podcast called Accidental Chaos. He actually works more in horror, like scary stuff. Like he's actually been and played Jason in a few fan films.
Oh wow, okay.
So if you're, but he does all of his costumes. He builds them all from scratch.
He's like a cosplayer,
he's done like a lot of the adjustments and stuff. So if you're ever looking for like, if you want to make it like your Green Goblin look more gritty, or you wanted to add like a little something extra, I'll get you in touch with him.
Or if you ever need someone,
he can provide some skill sets. Yeah.
Okay, definitely. Yeah, because I got I got where I'm gonna be getting the rest of the Spider-Man costume at. I do know where I'm gonna get the Green Goblin helmet from. But I have no idea. I've seen plenty of videos on YouTube about how other people made their own Green Goblin, like the actual the suit, the 2002 suit. But I mean, I'm not a costume designer, and the stuff that I'm not. I can't. I just know I'm not gonna be able to pull that off. And some stuff I try, and I'm like, man, maybe I can. No, I'm not even gonna try that. So
you gotta know you're laid,
right? And so I wanted to find somebody that can possibly do that. I saw a few people on Instagram that actually made their own. I reached out to them, but obviously they didn't DM me back. So I appreciate that, Kyle. Like we can, if I can definitely get his contact information, and it don't have to be the exact 2000. Like as long as he can give off that vibe, because I'm gonna have the helmet. That's the main part is the helmet, and then if he can give off a reboot of the look. And just kind of give it its own little ideal look. Then I definitely and then I'll talk to him and see what prices he have and giving everybody credit too. Because I actually got a guy that live in Portugal that's actually doing like the CGI for the Spider-Man scene.
Oh, so that's dope.
Yeah, So he finished one of them and he's working on the second one. And then as time goes, I'm gonna pay him for another maybe 1 or 2 more scenes. And so, because the CGI part is one of the hardest, and then after that, finding the locations. Because me being a filmmaker, I have access to people that can help me film or that can help me with lighting and stuff like that. But because I don't have like insurance and all that type of stuff with my company, I do want to be able to rent out a school or a classroom or something like that where I can film in a school and different little stuff like that. And then have people that can help me with the combat choreography and stuff like that. I actually had a guy, but he actually moving, so I'm not gonna. He's not gonna probably ain't gonna be able to do it. But I'm gonna figure something out. But it's gonna be coming out this year for sure. I have another goal that's attached to that, so it's gonna be definitely dope. So
dope. We're excited to see it for sure. We're gonna be looking forward to it. And like I said, when you're gonna drop it, let us know, dude. We'll start pushing it. We'll start promoting it. And also, like we love having y'all on before you drop something, or like when you're about to drop something, or you just drop something. Like that's our favorite time to have y'all, because y'all just went through all this work, all this grind to get here, and we gotta spread the love. We gotta share it to everybody.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
It's definitely fun celebrating. After a good win, So speaking of production and some of the work that you do, let's kind of go into it, because we definitely should. So tell us a little bit about how you kind of got started in production and doing like camera work. Like what really led you from, I guess, not doing it to kind of really being as far in as you are now?
Okay, so I'm gonna go at it from like 2 different angles. One angle was so if the people in the audience don't know, we all 3 of us went to high school together. So
yes, sir.
So they know that I used to have a dance crew back in high school, and and it's my friend Space, my brother, Joey, just a bunch of people, right? And we had our only a dance group, and they were better dancers than me, but I worked my way up to where we made stuff work, and jerking came out. So the jerking movement came out around 2009, and continued for, well, at least we continued it for a good few more years after that. And how that kind of happened was that actually Alex had made the first our first dance video, and he had made it. I'm like, bro, how did you do that with the camera and the effects? Like, that was cool. Like, so he had shown me a website where like all you got to do. Now I would laugh at the website, but at the time I thought it was cool. So it was actually this website where you could literally take the video clips you made and then plug them into 3 different spots. And the website would literally make a transition from one clip to the next clip to the next clip. It'll do all for you, and you just export it. And that was literally that's simple. Now, you know what I'm saying? It would literally take like 3 seconds to make it. Yeah. But at the time, I thought that was so cool. So he showed me where the website was and how to do that on that website. And from there, I started making all our dance videos. I was like, man, if I could do this. So then I started downloading free video editing softwares on my computer. And from there, we just, because it was different dance crews and different states and stuff that we want to be like them. So, and we want to keep up with them. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna find a video editor and I'm gonna edit our videos, and we're gonna get us a little point and shoot camera, and we just gonna edit all our videos. Buddy. So and that's what I've been doing. So to be honest, I've been editing. I mean, it's 2022 now, but I've been editing since 2009. So it's been like over 10 years I've been actually video editing. Yeah. So what happened was, as I started doing that, and the jerking movement started slowing down, then we started getting into other type of dancing. And once that started slowing down, Alex and my brother decided they wanted to get into music. Alex, my brother, and O'Shea decided they wanted to get into
shout out to all 3 of them, man.
Yeah, shout out to all 3 of them.
O'Shea Way, Byron Bandana, and Space Lee Jones.
Yes, sir.
I remember that. I remember when that started kind of happening, because so just for reference, I followed your YouTube channel for like a long time, all the way through high school. Like whenever y'all started doing, when y'all first did y'all's crew and stuff, I always thought y'all were super cool. So I would always watch y'all's videos and stuff. And I remember watching a lot of y'all's jerk videos, and just did different compilations as they would go through, of just different ones. And I also remember like Alex's first like music video, like he did. And I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, I didn't even know he could rap. That's super sweet. Yeah. And then I saw Byron start I think a few months later. And then I knew Doug was doing what he was doing because he had been wanting to do it for years. Yeah.
Right. He was in choir and all that.
We were in choir together and stuff. And I had known him for a super long time. So I knew he wanted to do like a lot of the melodic stuff. And he's kind of gone into a little bit of that and still does that. But I mean, he's definitely pushed a little bit more heavy into the hip hop stuff now. Yeah. He's really wanting to put his focus on his writing too. And I'm seeing
bro, his last single was fire.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But it's crazy to see how far you've come in general. Because like I said, I remember watching a lot of those videos and thinking they were super cool. Like I always thought they were genuinely. I really liked watching them, and they were really fun to kind of see. And I always I enjoyed watching you improve and get better at your like video production and stuff too. Yeah, so I was like, man, these music videos are getting crispier and crispier and crispier. Thank you. And then before you know it, and I mean, now you're filming like, I mean, I've seen some of your like kind of like portfolio sets that you've done, like when you went to Africa did that. They were beautiful.
Thank you.
Hell yeah, dude.
I don't know.
To have gone from a point and shoot camera to where you're at now, it's huge progression, bro. Like insane progression.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was to be honest, like one of the things that kept me going, like I say, I'm not like how when I was talking about the whole Spider-Man and my connection with the character of Peter Parker, me not having all the confidence in myself. I wasn't really good. I tried out for basketball like almost every year.
Bro, I remember that.
Till like 10th grade, I just stopped. I just like, bro, I'm never gonna make the basketball team. Just stop now.
Well, he had those guys from the Bahamas come in too, and then it was over from there.
Oh yeah, that was
Dude, I remember. I was at those tryouts too with Jarvis.
Oh yeah, no, for real. Never made the basketball team, and even if I did, I mean, once they came in, I wasn't gonna play anyway.
Yeah,
Mr. Milstead was foaming at the mouth, bro. He was just like, on tomorrow, we about to win state.
Bro, I remember that struggle, dude. We were all trying out for basketball. Because, I mean, we all grew up playing basketball. Like, I used to play basketball at the Wild with Jarvis, with Spacely, with fucking Doug. Like, with everybody. That's how I knew all y'all. We played basketball together. And
for real.
We would try out every fucking year, and only a few would make it. And then the rest were like, fuck, man, maybe next year.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. And I kept trying to, I got to the point where I'm like, you know what? Nah, I'm good. I'm just going to. So I wasn't really great at a lot of things. I was decent at cross country. Whether I really believed it or not, I was decent. I wasn't like great, but I was decent, you know, because I actually got into it because I was like, well, since I'm not going to try for basketball no more, let me just do like off-season track. And I realized there wasn't no off-season track. It was cross country.
It's all the time.
And I was like, oh, well, so what's funny about that, I actually skipped my first meet. My very first cross country meet, I skipped it because I'm like, bro, I'm not running 2 miles. And then when I actually went, I lied to the coach and said I had to babysit, so I didn't have to go. And, it was so messed up. But by the time, but when I finally was my very first meet, I actually won a medal, and I won a medal every time after that. So I wasn't actually that bad until I failed out, and I couldn't do it no more.
Damn,
it happens. Happens to best of us.
But yeah, so I wasn't really great at too many things. I was a decent dancer, but I wasn't. I had my insecurities at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing that I got a lot of praise from was the video work and my video editing and stuff. Like people was like, bro, you really good at this. So it kind of gave me that confidence, like, oh man, maybe I should just stick to it. And once you start doing something for so long, you kind of just embody it into your personality. So and that's just kind of what happened. So it's like as I kept growing, I started loving it more and loving it more. And to the point to where like I am now, it's like I don't care what happens in the world. I'm still filming. I don't care where my life take me. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna forever be a videographer and filmmaker and director. That's an editor. That's never gonna stop.
That's fucking beautiful, man.
Look where you are now, man. Like you've been doing, like I said, some amazing work. I mean, I remember like it was a few years ago, if I'm not mistaken, you were doing like cypher videos for like some pretty well-known artists in Houston. Like that was like so you did a cypher, if I'm not mistaken. You did one of I think Paul Wall ciphers, right? Like they had built out a full, thing. I think he had helped fund it or something.
He did, and he was kind of like a special guest in a cipher. So
which is just a cool random thing.
That's so
definitely cool.
Yeah, I did some stuff for like DJ Chose. I actually filmed his his PV homecoming like 2 years ago, and that was pretty cool to be on stage with that many people in the crowd. I felt like, dang, I'm a superstar too. Shoot,
hell yeah, dude, hell yeah.
Yeah, so it was kind of cool. So having it was at least about a good 1,000 people in a crowd. I mean, maybe a little bit more than that, but it was a lot of people in the crowd. Like PV is a big school, so it was at homecoming. There was a really loud performance. So it was a lot of things out there. You know, like I said, I went to Africa, and that was a blessing in disguise. I mean, and it was crazy how that worked. I don't know if y'all mind me getting into it.
Yeah, let's do it, man. I want to hear about it, man. Like honestly.
So how the African thing worked, right? So I'm at work, like I was telling everybody, I got a 9 to 5. So, and I was still working the same 9 to 5 then that I am now. But I was at work and I had just got off, and you know I get DMs a lot. I get a lot of DMs from different people that I've never met, and I got a DM from a random girl never met, and she was like, "Hey, me and my fiance is getting married. In a few years, and we want to. Well, not in a few years. It was actually the following year, and they wanted to create like this engagement video. So they want to create an engagement video, and they want to fly me to these different states. And mind you, I'm still making videos for like local artists in Houston, not no big artists or nothing like that where I can expect this type of stuff. I'm still working for people people outside of Houston probably still don't know. So I'm seeing it, and she was like, she gonna fly me out to Cali. She gonna fly me out to New York, and she gonna fly me out to Atlanta.
Damn.
And I'm like, I've never flown out of state like for video work ever before.
Yeah.
Prior to that, and when I saw that, I'm like, no, this is fake, bro. Like somebody catfishing me, trying to play with me. So I ignored it, and I really thought about it. I'm like, you know what? Let me see. So I asked her what days it was, and she responded back. And when I saw the dates, I actually had to do a quinceañera that same day, with the day that we were supposed to leave.
Okay.
So me being me, I got a lot of integrity. I don't care if I have a project with an artist that's that's local, and then like Travis Scott come and hit me up talking about he want to do a video. I mean, first I'm not gonna say I'm just gonna turn Travis Scott down right away. I'm gonna see if the other guy can move his date so I can shoot for Travis Scott. But if he can't, and the guy say, bro, that day that we planned is the only day I got, I can't move it, then I'm gonna just tell Travis Scott I can't do it. I got a lot of integrity. So what happened was my girlfriend, where she's from, some of her friends had a quinceañera that day, and the lady wanted me to fly out that same day. I was like, I'm sorry, I can't. I gotta do a quinceañera, so I'm not gonna be able to make it. So I actually gave her another recommendation because I halfway thought it was fake anyway. So I gave the recommendation to somebody else, and they kind of like BS'd her because they probably thought it was fake too. Okay. And they kind of BS'd her, so it didn't work out. So a few days later, she DM'd me back and was like, "Hey, if I move the dates, can you do it?" I was like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, this is meant for me to go. So I ended up flying to those few states, and it was like legit. I had to ask her, like, man, send me your ID so I know you're a real person. Like all of that. So, and I actually ended up going, and she flew me to all those different states. And because and the reason why it was so easy for her to do it, because she's a flight attendant. So all she did was like add me and my girlfriend to her buddy pass, and that's why she was able to just fly us wherever she wanted to fly us.
Gotcha.
So I was like, how you gonna pay for all of that? But that's what they did.
That's
so
dope.
We went to all those different states, and then when we first saw them and we met them in Atlanta, they told us that they was getting married in Africa. So they said if they like our work, they'll let us come to Africa with them to be in the wedding. So I was like, cool. So we ended up doing our thing, and then she ended up rehiring me again for a bachelorette party. In Vegas, right? So they flew me to Vegas, and I did her bachelorette stuff. And then after that, they was like, "Man, we want y'all to come to Africa." So they paid. We literally did not pay a dime for anything. Like, I paid a little bit for like some of the food, like I wanted extra food for myself, but everything that we needed was taken care of.
Bro,
it was a beautiful thing. Sick. Like, I mean,
dude,
that's gonna be my
so
flex
badass.
for the rest of my life.
What a blessing,
I went to Africa for free, bro. I didn't pay nothing. And we stayed in like this little tent, like they had like a safari in Kenya where where like the people that live in like the Flintstone stone like homes. And it was like a resort. So like we stayed in like a tent, like literally where the animals is at. It was beautiful.
Bro, that's fucking awesome.
Man, that's gonna be my flex for the rest of my life. I don't care how old I am.
Cool.
Bro,
what was the food like there?
Huh?
What was the food like there?
We had American food when we was on a resort, but when we was like staying in a hotel prior to the resort, I mean the food, like we ate at this restaurant where they said like Obama ate at when he came, because Obama is from Kenya. So well his I don't know he's not from Kenya, but his tribe is from Kenya. Okay. Because he's like part African or something.
Okay.
So that food was okay. It was okay. You had to take a bunch of shots though. So like when we ate that food, we wouldn't get sick because it's like it's so much of a culture shock. Yeah. But it was okay. I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean, they did have American food out there. I mean, it tastes as good as ours, obviously, but it was all right. It wasn't bad.
Bro, but Jarvis,
we tried to go to places that were pretty close to where they have American food. We ain't try nothing completely out of range, you know.
Yeah.
That's
but
fair.
Did you just hear like the flex you just said just nonchalantly? You ate where Obama ate, bro.
I did.
Like you said that like it was nothing. Like, oh yeah, I ate where Obama ate.
But it wasn't like a high class restaurant though. It was like I'm not gonna lie, not just showing the restaurant. It was cool, but like they had roaches and stuff. But it was Obama ate there though,
bro. That's what I'm saying. Like how many of your friends that you know can say I ate where Obama ate?
Not too many.
Exactly, bro. And in Africa, come on now.
Yeah,
that's a hard ass flex that you just kind of like waddled off.
Flex, bro. Like,
I appreciate it.
But what a cool experience! Like, and that's the thing. That's the thing I think would like it's something to put out to viewers too, and people that know you is sometimes taking chances on things that you may. We double check things always, but sometimes it just takes answering a DM for things to just really kick off.
Right,
like, bro.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, I was shocked when you answered our DM because I DM'd you from like I didn't DM you from our personal thing. I DM'd you from the Weekly D podcast, and I was like, I wonder if Jarvis is gonna even look at it. Like, is it gonna, you know?
No, I was if a lot of times if I don't follow the page, of course it goes to my request, and I don't check my request on a regular. So every once in a while, like I'll look through it. But I already knew you guys' podcast already prior to you inboxing me. So when I saw it, I knew it was y'all. So no, I'm humble regardless anyway, whether I didn't know it was them or not. Like if somebody, I've had people. Because like you say, I know how, not saying y'all or don't feel confident in yourself. I'm sure y'all do. But I know how it feels just in general to feel like you don't feel like you worthy enough to contact or talk to certain people. So when people come to me that feel that way, I completely understand. Like I don't put myself on no pedestal where I'm like, oh, I'm better than everybody. I'm not that type of person. I'm not, I'm very grounded and very humble. Like of course I'm confident in my work.
You should be, as you should.
I do suffer from imposter syndrome. I do like sometimes I feel like man, how did I get blessed like this? Like I don't know if I even deserve this. Because sometimes my high school ways still
but man,
way into who I am now.
You grinded to get where you're at, bro. Like you grinded really hard. I love that you stay grounded, like you stay humble. You've always been a humble ass dude though. Like we've said before, we've known each other for a minute, like over 10 years. Me and you went to middle school together. We were friends in PE class and like all the other classes. We bonded over wrestling because we were fucking wrestling geeks. I mean,
not for real.
Like
Jeff Hardy was my favorite.
Like you've never changed from the moment I met you to now. You've never changed personality wise, and that's one thing that like I appreciate about you. Like you just you. Like you're the same person I met in middle school. You're the same fucking dude. You just grew up a little bit. Yeah. Like that's fucking dope, man.
And honestly, we've been kind of talking, me and Daniel, literally for like 2 years, like since we've been doing the Weekly D together as a collective. Even before then, when I was just a fan for the Weekly D, and I would send them like ideas and things like that, like, hey, like I think this would be super cool to have on like the Weekly D. Like you guys should talk to this artist or whoever. Like we've definitely shouted out your name quite a few times. Like,
of course, dude.
Yeah, you know, Jarvis is dope. Like, we need to get him on here at some point. We've been trying for like years. Bro, it's not that we were like, we just hadn't gotten to like asking because I'm like, I know he's busy. We don't want to bug, you know.
So here's the thing. Like, I saw you growing, bro. I saw you growing and growing and growing and growing. And like in my head, like you say, you have imposter syndrome. In my head, I was like, bro, like Jarvis done outgrew us. We're never gonna get him. Like we're just we're too small to get someone that's doing great work. Like because I've been following you since the jump, bro. We've been friends. I've been following you. I'm constantly following your work. Like I'm paying attention to who you're working with and like all this stuff. Like I'm following your career. Like and like I got a little shy. I'm not gonna lie. I got really fucking shy to reach out to you and be like, hey man, hop on my podcast. We ain't shit, but like hop on my podcast.
No. I definitely appreciate it. And I'm no different than and for one, y'all not shit. Y'all are amazing. That's a Toby reference. But y'all are amazing.
We appreciate
we appreciate that, man.
Appreciate it very much.
Yeah, y'all put in a lot of work and y'all been doing this consistently, and I respect that. One thing I do respect is hard work and dedication, because that's how I got to where I'm at.
Yes,
But
sir.
I'm no different than everybody else. Like, I got insecurities like the next person. I got life issues like the next person. I've built who I am through trial and error. Like, I tried something, it didn't work. I tried something else, and when that worked, I just kept going at it, and it's just a bunch of trial and error. You ain't nothing in life gonna be perfect, But at the end of the day, as long as you put your best foot forward and you believe in
Mhm.
what you trying to do, either it's gonna work out or it won't. But even if it doesn't, at least it leads you in the right direction of something that will work, So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I do definitely do appreciate y'all for reaching out for sure.
I had always heard, it's a thing that's stuck with me since I heard it, is realistically, like, what would you rather do at the end of the day? Would you
Mhm.
rather try and fail, or would you rather not try and never knew if you could be successful? Like,
Right,
because,
right,
Yes,
like, what's
sir.
better? Like, 'cause so there's a book I've read called "You're a Badass." If you ever get
Mhm.
a chance to read it, anybody, it's great. It's a really good
Gotcha, gotcha.
self help book. Just talks about like positivity in life, things like that. And that was one
Mhm.
of the things they kind of brought up as an idea, is the idea of really just pushing for that dream, that thing that you want to do, like going for it, and really understanding, like, so basically the whole conversation, to not ramble, basically kind of came with, like, he was talking to like his friend, and the friend was kind of like, well, I want to write this book. He's like, but I don't think I'm gonna do it, because what if my friends think it sucks, and then they'll just laugh at me. And so they were like, okay, well, okay, you write a book, it could fail and they could laugh at you, right? But what
Mhm.
if you if it's successful? Like, they wouldn't laugh at you then,
Right,
and you would have known by then that it was something that you were good at. If you Would you rather have done that,
Mhm.
and fail, knowing that you at least tried, or would
right,
you have rather not done it at all and you still failed because you never did it?
right, right,
And
right.
so that's, like, something that always resonates with me, is which is why I know both of us, Danny and I know I could definitely tell you, have also just kind of taken chances that we would have never taken before.
Yeah,
Right,
that's for
right. No,
sure.
Like,
definitely.
And it's scary sometimes, bro. It's scary
It
to just
is.
take a jump and be like, let's see where we land, right?
Right, right,
Like
we
with
right.
may
this
land on our
podcast
ass,
thing,
but
we've fallen, we've stumbled, but we're still getting up and
we've had
taking
some
another jump.
bombs of episodes before, just because we don't know what the fuck we want to talk about, and we just end up
Yeah,
doing it. But we did it. We got in there, we
Yeah.
had a
yeah,
conversation, and sometimes, like, that's what leads to some of the best episodes for
yeah.
other
No,
people. Like, you may
And
think it's
it's like you, man. You broke your arm or your elbow, and you just kept
definitely.
grinding. I mean, sometimes the scariest thing is just working through it and
Yeah,
making it
no,
happen.
definitely. That
figuring
definitely,
out
because
how to get through it.
I've had that issue with my YouTube videos, because that's something new out of my comfort zone as well.
Hmm.
Like, just putting myself on camera, and because it's a side of me that the world, people might see it in my day to day life, but on my Instagram, I'm very like strategic on how I put myself out there. That's
Uh,
probably why y'all look at me like a superstar. But it's the way the way I control my image on my Instagram, where it kind of gives me like an influencer look.
yeah,
So I try not to, because sometimes when I'm not out of my comfort zone, I'm nervous. You can see the insecurities come out sometimes. And I was very cautious. I'm like, man, I don't really want to talk on camera or be on camera like that, because then I was afraid that my insecurities was gonna present itself, and then that superstardom that people see me like on Instagram, which is like, oh man, he fake, he ain't really. But so I'm like, I'm gonna just be more transparent, because who I am, like what I am on Instagram is who I am. I just don't show my full potential. And my
yeah,
dad, my mom, my auntie, my friends, they all say I have an old soul, because my
Hmm.
mindset can be mature for its age, kinda. So so I tend to want to put that out. I'm like, man, if people feel like that about me, let me put how I feel out to the world, and somebody else might feel the same thing. And to go what Kyle was saying, like, when you when you take that chance, my dad told me, and I'm a firm believer in that energy never dies, it just transfers. So like all the work you put in through your life got you to, like the person that was talking about that book, all the life he been through all the things he been through in life got him to the point to where something clicked in his mind to where he was like, all right, I want to write a book about whatever the book was about.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't act, because the universe and the Lord, everybody, they give you the energy, they give you the things happen in your life where ideas click to you, like the film, how it clicked to me. Either you gonna act on it, or the idea or the energy gonna get passed on to somebody else. So I do believe like when it, everything don't nothing happens, everything happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, when that idea clicked in your mind, it was a reason for that idea to click. So like you say, if you don't act on it, you either passing the energy on to somebody else, or like you say, you just never gonna know. So act on it. I mean, you got to that point for a reason. And I also have a tattoo on my chest that say that God will never give you nothing you couldn't handle.
Mm-hmm.
And that's so when ideas and stuff come to you, it's a reason why the idea came to you. Either you almost ready for it or you are ready for it, because the idea want to present itself in your mind if you really wasn't ready for it. So like I said, I think you should just, if it makes sense. Of course, I'm not gonna say if you if you win $1,000 on a lottery ticket, quit your job and just say, man, I'm gonna just go for it with this $1,000. Obviously make calculated decisions, but at the same time, if everything makes sense and all it takes is for you to get over the fear of yourself, then just do it. Jump.
100%.
Perfectly said. Yeah. Perfectly said. Like, it's just the truth. Hey guys, I gotta take a piss real quick, so I'm gonna step out real quick.
Let's take a quick like 5-minute break.
Hey guys, sorry for the break. We had to take a really quick break because I apparently drank way too fucking much before we started the show.
I wanted to drink
My
more.
apologies. But let's get back into it. Cheers, boys.
Cheers, salud.
Again, Jarvis, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate
anytime, bro. I'm having a great time. If I was tipsy, I'll be having a super great time. I'm having a great time though, for sure.
Nah,
I'm definitely enjoying this.
I love that, dude. I love that you feel comfortable with us. You're having fun, like that. Like, we love that. We love talking to y'all.
I'm having a great time. I'm really glad that y'all have me here. Like, this is a lot of fun.
Bro, we're glad you came on. Like,
no, it's been a blast, honestly. We've been really enjoying catching up too. So it feels nice. It feels like I'm talking to a buddy that I haven't
we should
talked to in a long time, which it is literally what that is.
Kyle, we should call this whole year the reunion tour. Or we just go talk to our friends.
Dude, honestly,
everyone we graduated with.
We're about to see a ton of people in a couple months.
Hell yeah.
2022 reunion is coming up. The 10-year Lamar High School reunion.
Bro, that's wild. Like, just to think about it, we graduated 10 years ago.
It took us 10 years to figure out who the valedictorian was so we could bugger about the reunion.
I still don't know who that was.
I can't remember who that was either.
It was Logan.
Logan?
Yeah. I won't put her last name on here.
Well, she definitely wasn't a Paul, so.
She had no idea, apparently. We're in a group chat. Like, we're doing I'm helping with some of the background stuff. By the way, if any of our high school guys or gals are listening to us on the Weekly D at this moment, as you're listening to this, if you're interested in helping with the upcoming reunion, hit your boy up. Just feel free to send me a message on Facebook. Or if you want to be a part of the actual like high school class of 2012 like group and you're not a part of it for some reason, it's growing. So feel free to join up because that's where all the updates really have been happening.
Hell yeah.
As well as like all the shout outs like for the Opinionated Podcast, for Weekly D, for a ton of different artists that have been trying to build themselves from our corner of Texas. So
and we're gonna try to get a bunch of y'all on here. Like if y'all went to school with us, like we're gonna post this on the Facebook page. But if y'all went to school with us and y'all are doing something with your life, I don't give a fuck if you're delivering mail or whatever, and y'all want to hit us up and talk. Like, hit us up.
I get to go on here twice then.
Hey,
I do that too.
There ain't no shame in that hustle, dude. Being a mailman is like one of the best hustles ever because of the pension plan.
Man, The benefits are great. The benefits
Bro, that's
are
what I'm saying.
great.
Like, y'all get a crazy pension plan.
We all got government
But
benefits.
anyone that went to school with us and just want to chop it up with us, hit us up at the Weekly D Pod. Also, listen to the Opinionated Podcast because they are doing some great fucking shit over there, man. Really
so tell
enjoy
us
it.
how speaking of opinionated podcasts, tell us how that started. Like what made you guys decide, you know what, I know Josh was doing his own kind of podcast, kind of interview style.
What was it? JWash
show
TV,
for
right?
a while, JWash TV.
Oh, Josh. That's just a weird way. He spells it with a W on there, so it's like it's still pronounced Josh, but it's just like you know, like how you say jaw, and then so that's how he does it.
He introduces it as JWash TV sometimes, doesn't he?
If he do that, then that's
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I've heard him at least once say it that way.
But yeah, so
he got a list, so it probably sound like that too.
So what led to like you guys deciding, you know what, I want to build a collective and I want to come up here and I just want to talk about random things and just actually talk about what we really feel and really chop it up.
If you ask all of us, they might all have a different origin to it. But I'm gonna give you mine though. I feel like mine's a little bit more accurate, but they might not agree with me. Oh well, I don't care. Anyway, so what happened was me and Zach, and that might be one of the few that y'all might not know. He also went to high school with us too.
I know Zach.
Oh, did he? I actually don't know him.
I made him eat a chili pepper one. I tricked him into eating a chili pepper one time in like high school when we were. I think I was a senior. He was like a junior.
Yeah. He a year younger than us.
Yeah, I made him eat one of those things from like Happy You. He wanted to try one of those peppers. He's like, man, he's like, this ain't spicy, and then you just hear him. Very funny. It made math models a lot more fun.
Shout out to Zach though. So me and Zach, because you know I'm a videographer and Zach is a photographer himself. He does some videography here and there too. So we actually had a friend. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want to do that. But we actually had a friend that we tried to start. Two friends actually that we tried to start a podcast with, and just because of our directions in life, they weren't able to do it because of different directions. Because the thing is, when you're a full-time videographer or you're a full-time entrepreneur, period, and just getting your stuff off the ground, you don't have a lot of free time to invest into things that's not bringing you in money, because that time could have been spent making money so you can get bills paid, unless your stuff is already off the ground and you have that extra time and money saved to be able to do that. But I would assume, I don't want to talk about people's pockets, but I'm just being honest. I don't think they were at that point yet. Not me and Zach, but the other two friends that were supposed to do the podcast with us. He was a videographer, and the other guy was also a videographer and director. And they were still trying to get their stuff off the ground. So none of us in our side hustles. For them two, it was a main hustle. But for me and Zach, it was more of a side hustle. We wasn't in our hustles. We wasn't like sustainable. Even now, I'm not fully sustainable to where I can do it full time and still live the same lifestyle I live now. But because of me having a 9-to-5 and Zach having income coming in from other places, we had extra time to dedicate to other things we were passionate about. Like if I didn't have this post office job, that Spider-Man movie wouldn't be a thought. I'd be trying to worry about how I'm gonna get bills paid, you know? So because I have a 9-to-5 and my side and me doing my own business, because I'm gonna stop calling it a side hustle because it's a legitimate business. It's an LLC and all of that. So but because I have that, I'm able to delegate time to other stuff. So that was just a side note. But anyway, so we tried to hit them up, and because of those situations, they weren't able to really participate, and we couldn't get it going. So me and Zach started talking. He was like, man, we need to start doing. I really want to do this podcast, bro. Like, I really love talking. I really love engaging with people like I do now. This is a lot of fun. And I was like, man, we need to find something. So it was like, and Josh and Fred and all them were like, we were all still, we all still close. So it was like, man, maybe we can pitch the idea to them and maybe we can make something happen. So we kind of did like individually, like Zach pitched it to them, to the half of them, I pitched it to the other half. And we just kind of all bounced off ideas until one day we was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to FaceTime everybody and we just gonna do it. And if y'all know O'Shea, O'Shea is, hey, I'm done talking about it. We about to do it. And I'm glad because I love that energy that he brings. Because I'm more of a strategic planner. I do go, but I don't wanna go and just fall on. If I fall on my butt, that's fine. But I wanna strategically try to not fall on my butt. O'Shea more like, man, if you're working, if you don't, I'm just gonna do it. So and I love that. So he was on the phone when we all was talking about it. He was like, man, listen, bro, we done talking about, we gonna shoot tomorrow. We came up with the idea that one day, and we literally shot the first episode the following day. Nice. And that's where it begins. And I didn't know much about podcasts and how this stuff works. I'm just a video editor. So and I don't know, I knew very little and I still know very little to any about audio. I just know to get a mic. But at the time we didn't have access to none of that. We were just like, man, listen, we just gonna rock it. It's all about the content at the end of the day. So I took one of my cameras, Zach took two of his cameras. We went to somebody's house and we put the cameras where we needed to put them, and we was like, man, we just gonna record until we just done talking, and then it just started working its way out, and that's how we came to be the opinionated party. And shout out to Spacely, Alex Jones. He came up with the names because we was looking like, man, what we gonna call ourselves, and he came up with that name.
Bro, the name's the hardest fucking thing to do.
Nah, for real.
Like, it's so easy to film content. It's so easy to come up with something. But coming up with that damn name is the toughest thing to do.
Nah, for real. And what's crazy is because Opinionated Podcast is not a very unique name. It was a perfect name for us, but it's not very unique. So if you get on YouTube, you type in Opinionated Podcast, it's at least about 5-6 of them. It's a good amount. But we've been the most consistent since we started compared to all the other ones. They drop every few months.
Hey,
stuff like
honestly,
that, so.
Jarvis, I'm gonna tell you this, like word up, the naming thing on Spotify it's a little tricky, but once you become the most consistent, or you get one more fucking like than the next ones, you straight up shoot to the top. Like that's what happened with us. Because like for us, it took us years to be the first name to pop up.
Literally years. You couldn't find us for so long.
Yeah, literally we were like the 15th name to pop up.
Well, because we started off as the weekly
as
podcast,
the weekly.
So the being is the.
So the weekly would pop up.
Anything the.
Oh, and you know what? Maybe I should change that too, because ours is the Opinionated Podcast.
Yeah. Drop the
Drop the
and just do Opinionated Podcast. Yeah, I bet you it's gonna pop off a lot quicker.
I'm gonna definitely because I made the Spotify, so I'll go.
Yeah. Like it took us a minute to figure it out, dude. Like it took us a long minute to figure out what we were doing and how to actually kind of market it and get to the top spots. But and we still haven't figured it out 100%. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, we're 4 years in. We still don't know it 100%. Like we're still figuring shit out.
I mean, that's how it works. That's how it works.
Exactly.
I put the time in, so that's much respected. Because when you get to that point, people gonna ask, "How did you do it?" Hey, we put in the work. You just gotta go trial and error. That's how it works.
Exactly. I would 100% say your production for Opinionated Podcast has improved so much since the first episode. From what I can see.
Yes.
Dude,
from having no mic to all y'all having mics.
Yeah, it was no mic, everybody kind of just yelling, right? Which is how podcasts start.
Yeah.
Make no mistake. When we opened,
every podcast, it's everyone talking over everybody.
So Accidental Chaos is another podcast I do with some buddies of mine. It's a group of 4 total, me included. Yeah. So 4 of us are both one of us is very loud. One of us is very opinionated. I'm the very opinionated one. One of us is the kind of tries to get it together, and the other one's just jokes all the time. But the thing is, we all like to do things at the same time. We all want to talk. So sometimes everybody's talking to everybody the first episode, things like that. And honestly, I don't know if we've 100% gotten there. Y'all have done a really good job about letting each other talk. Y'all have gotten really good about doing that. Not to mention, like, everything just sounds clear. It's a lot more smooth. You having the background in video production definitely shines in the most recent episode because it looks like you're in a studio. Like, it looks like you're in a studio and you're actually
bro, by the way,
professional podcast.
I love the way y'all set everything up.
I know, to be honest with you, and I can't even take credit for that. The studio that we went to actually does that. Like that.
Oh,
Those
okay.
mics aren't ours. Yeah,
Okay.
like we cause we didn't have the funds to necessarily buy all of our own mics. So what we did was we just go to a studio and we just pay they hourly rate.
Gotcha.
And we just there. And then with me
Okay.
having a background in videography, I'm able to, use my specialty to make it look the way it does. But
Gotcha.
yeah, no, that I can't even take credit for that. They designed the whole studio.
Gotcha.
They had all the mics, so and
Okay.
they just told us how to operate it. And then once I get the footage and the audio, then I take it from there. And then we just
Gotcha. Bro, that's awesome though. Like
good,
that's
though.
awesome, y'all. So you are the exact opposite from us. Like we understood the audio, we don't understand the video at all. Like
we still don't understand.
Like we started doing it over Zoom because we're like, well, Kyle lives in Kentucky. I live in Needville. So we're like way far away from each other. So Zoom was the easiest thing. But even then, we still haven't figured out how to edit all the video and all that. Like when I watch y'all's YouTube, I'm like, fuck, man, I need to step up our game. How the fuck am I gonna do this? I have no idea.
it's well, I can't say it's. I mean, I would assume it's not that, but see,
I think it just takes practice.
For years,
to be honest.
But it's really podcasts are really easy to edit. And what I can do actually, well, no, because y'all don't live, y'all not in the same area, so that might not work.
One day I will be.
But yeah, one day y'all will be. But it's definitely, if y'all ever need any type of advice or help with editing or anything like that, bro, just feel free to hit me up. Like I said, I'm willing to help everybody. So
bro,
I can show you how to I can show y'all how to like at least get started editing them. And then from there, once y'all get on the roll and figure it out, then y'all can just tweak it.
Oh, we appreciate it, man. We appreciate it. I know I've hit you up a couple times because I hit you up about camera like recommendations and things like that. And
no, definitely. Yeah. And the thing with podcasting, you don't need, especially when you're getting started. Look, we kind of privileged, and which is kind of not a good thing on how we do it. That I have my camera is a cinema camera, but then Zach's cameras. Okay, so right now what we're using is we got my camera is a cinema camera. Then Zach's camera, he got a full frame Nikon DSLR. Then the wide camera that catches everybody is the studio's like webcam. Gotcha. So they catch everybody. So it's like you really get three different qualities, even though it's all 1080p. It's different bit rates. Gotcha. Which is kind of, but different bit rates give you different type of quality 1080p, right? Okay. So like the 1080p on your phone is a different 1080p from my cinema camera because we got different bit rates.
Yeah. It's the hertz, right? Like the different refresh rates and them and whatnot. That affects all that.
Megabits per second, all that type of stuff. Yeah. So it's like the stuff like that is kind of what give you the different qualities in those resolutions, and because we film like that, it's kind of noticeable. But what I would recommend, like, let's say even you go to Walmart and you see they got like a Canon T5 or something, like a regular or whatever type of camera, as long as it records at least 30 minutes. I want to at least, and then you buy like a few of those, like 2-3 of those. And y'all good. You really buy two and then just switch angles depending on how y'all do it.
Like I said, as we're building our podcast company, our media company, like we're adding more podcasts. We're working on getting our own studio. Like we eventually want to have our own studio with different setups, different stages, and like be able to rent that space out as well. Kind of like whatever studio you are using. But we want to be able to build it out so we have our podcast set up. Because we're gonna do gaming as well. Like like our listeners know, Accidental Chaos 69 on Twitch. That's our gaming channel, and we're building a whole like media company out of it, right? Like we're trying to hit all different aspects. We're hitting different podcasts. Like we have this podcast, right, where we talk to our friends, we talk to people that are doing something with their life that's interesting to us. Like whether you start a business, whether you are a videographer, or a rapper, a singer, a songwriter, someone that makes coffee, like.
Yeah, we had a guy who made coffee on here. We've had a guy named Dano who does spices, and like he does his own spice called Dano's. which is really popular in the Midwest. He is big on TikTok and stuff, but like all kinds of people that are building themselves. We want to talk to
like
them
that. That's what we're doing. We're talking to people that are doing something, right?
Accidental Chaos is just absolutely. It's about everything nerdy. And
That's
you
cool.
think of when it comes to just like we've talked,
we talked about Pokemon for like 4 fucking hours.
Godzilla.
Damn, for real? That's cool.
We've talked about Godzilla and kaijus. We've talked about like different types of favorite animes. We've gotten into like we play a lot of Magic the Gathering, so like we'll go on there and we'll like stream Magic games on our Twitch, stuff like that. So we can like, do that. People like the competitiveness of those games and then, things like that.
And then like Kyle himself, he has his own podcast called I'm Gonna Need a Beer, where he tells like scary horror stories and like conspiracy theories. I have a podcast. I have a couple podcasts in the works. One of them is called the Lil D podcast, which is a spin-off of this one. It's kind of back to like the old school Weekly D, because the old school Weekly D is completely different than current Weekly D. Old school Weekly D, if cancel culture was allowed when we started that, we would have been canceled first episode. Because we were fucking wild ass boys that were always out drinking, doing cocaine, getting into shit, going to strip clubs. Like we were the worst of the worst. We were fucking gutter trash.
Bunch of degenerates.
We got some way intel with the banditos, like the biker gang. Like we were in a bar with a bunch of banditos, just talking to them, shit faced drunk, talking shit to them, partying with them. So like we were complete degenerates when the Weekly D was started, right? And now like since we've grown a little bit, we've kind of learned. We fucked shit up, and we learned. And then the other host that was there originally with me, his name was also Daniel. That's why it's called the Weekly D. Right. He kind of decided, I gotta go do my own thing. I gotta take care of my paper. And I understood that, right? And then like I recruited Kyle because Kyle's already in the podcasting space. And we just built this beautiful thing where we decided, we were fuck ups in the past. Let's transfer that energy and build something new out of it. And while we're doing it, let's bring friends in and let's promote them. Let's show them love. Like I don't know if you've ever heard of the Drink Chaps podcast with Nori and DJ EFN. The one thing they always say is we got to give our roses to the people while they're still alive.
Right.
So that's what we're doing here, right? We're giving our roses, we're giving our appreciation, our love to our friends that are coming up. Like we've had people that they're nowhere near popping, but we have them on here because we love what they're doing and we believe in them.
And they actually have like a lot of like potential too. I think that's one thing we really like search for, right? Is we've never really been people to come up and just be like, oh yeah, they are doing something, so we should promote them. No, like when we ask you to come on, and that anybody, it's because we see potential. We see that there is something that,
or because we appreciate what you're doing.
It makes them stand out. Like they stand out from the crowd. There's something that's shining about them, and we want to know more.
Exactly.
It makes us interested in know more. You know what I mean? Like Daniel and I have never like it's just always we've always been watching. You know what I mean? Like we want to see our other people succeed, right? And that's always what I know. Both of us have always been like, you know what? Look at that person go. They're killing it. That's awesome. I want to see more of what they're doing. I want to support that if I can. Like when Daniel started the podcast for the first time, I was their biggest fan. Why?
He really was, bro. He really was.
I really liked what they were doing, and I thought it was cool. And what I thought was cool about it is it wasn't just like your typical job, right? You're doing something outside the norm, and I'm proud of you for doing that. Like, and I like that, and I want to see you get better, and I want to see you grow. And that's like what I think we've wanted to see with this podcast is we want to showcase the people we see growing, see that potential. And I think we do that. I think we do pretty good at that.
Yeah, we love showing love, dude. Like we love talking to y'all. We love just having fun and letting y'all do your thing and promote your thing and just like showcasing who y'all are. Because like I said, we've known y'all. We've known you, O'Shea Wade, like literally the entire Opinionated podcast since we were kids. And we're seeing what y'all are doing. Like, y'all created this podcast. And we're like, holy shit. Like, they're jumping into this. Like, we're already into this. And we're excited to see y'all jump into this. Because it's dope. Like, it's dope to see our homies, like, build on something and grow. And, you know, maybe we collaborate throughout the time. Maybe we don't. But we'll cross paths some way, somehow. and it'll just be super
I'm
dope.
always down to collaborate. So if that opportunity needs to come, I'm definitely with that for sure.
Hell yeah.
Same, bro. Like if you ever need a chubby Mexican dude to be an extra in your video, let me know.
Or some half Mexican guy. Like
Definitely. We're gonna be starting to invite guests on soon. That was really our goal for season 2.
Yeah.
We kind of just got the ball rolling ahead of time. We're still trying to work some kinks out, but because especially too, because the studio we at don't have, it's not, the room isn't that big, and they don't have a lot of mics. Because the studio y'all saw us at is not the studio that we still record at. Like we have, we right now we really on video. We on like video like 12 now, but we only dropped 2 of them so far.
Gotcha.
No, 3 of them. We dropped 3 of them so far. So we on like video 12 right now. So we really got a lot in the background. But each time we show up, we shoot at least like 3 videos within that time frame. So it at least give us 3 weeks of content. Well, at the time 3 weeks. Now we dropping a little faster, but it give us at least at least 3 videos within that time frame when we need to space stuff out and stuff like that. So we're still working it out. Like I said, it's new to us, and working as a group on something like this is new to us too. So we working it all together, but it's going pretty well. I'm really proud of it.
That's awesome, bro. I'm glad to hear that. If y'all ever want to like switch up mics that catch more audio without having to have so much, I would recommend the Blue Yeti mic.
The Blue Yeti?
Yeah, and put it on I forgot what setting it is, but it has a setting where it captures everything around it, like all the sound around it. So if y'all get like 2 of them in one table, it might be a little bit easier than being right up on the mic and sounding kind of like blurry like this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do I sound like that? I hope I don't sound like that.
No. Yeah, I don't sound like that. But every now and then when you're on the podcast, y'all get really fucking close and it starts sounding kind of distorted.
I think it's just the added emotion to you. You're like, no, I want you to. I want to talk to you about this, because if I don't talk to you about this, like, you need to hear me. I need you to hear me.
No, but for real, like y'all are doing fucking awesome.
No,
we love the podcast. We gotta talk about it. You got really fucking heated in one of the episodes.
Right.
You got like you got so hot. You were like, I might walk out this fucking room.
I get very passionate about certain conversations,
and that's what I love about y'all's podcast. Like there's so many of y'all in one room that y'all get so passionate about certain things.
We do.
And y'all just go in, bro. Like, y'all take the hottest take sometimes. Your brother Byron, he be going ham, especially when y'all were talking about polygamy. He's like,
oh, yeah. It kind of give us a platform to really put our thoughts out and really have. So I love when people challenge my thoughts, and I love challenging other people's thoughts. Because it's either gonna make you sway from where it's really, when you challenge other people's thoughts, it really lets you know how deep in they thought do they really believe in. Because you either I'm gonna challenge your thought and you're gonna double down in it, or I'm gonna challenge your thought and I'm gonna persuade you a different way, unless you just think I'm right. Yeah. So and because it helps you, it helps people grow. Because and that's why I like even though I promise you, I'm never gonna get that heated again, because I did not like how that made me look. But for the most part, I do like when we challenge each other like that.
Bro, that's the best.
For one, it brings in drama, but then at the same time too, people like watching people because it might be people watching a podcast that agree with my point of view, and it might be people on a podcast that at that time agree with Spacely and Josh's point of view. Yeah. So, and it just, because it really on that episode, it was really like me and O'Shea versus Spacely and Josh. And it was that was funny. But I mean,
dude, I loved it.
They know at the end of the day we might get super heated, especially me. Like, if I'm really passionate, I might get super heated. But at the end of the day, I love them all to death. And I'm gonna dap them up at the end of the day. Yeah. And it's just all fun for me. I don't mean no harm, but it's just because I stand in my beliefs. they say something where I'm like, you know what, you got a really good point. I didn't
No,
think about it like that. But then unless that, I mean, I was standing there in what I believe in.
dude,
You know
you
what I'm
stood
saying?
your ground. Like I was like, damn, dude.
I'm not.
Nah, you said one of the
but-
most gangster things though when y'all talked about polygamy and monogamous. I don't
Yeah,
even
monogamy.
monogamy. There we go.
Yeah, phenomena.
When you said some gangster ass shit where you're like, if you can't support both of them, I mean, I don't know what you're doing.
right. No,
Like that was gangster
that's
fuck
just how
though.
I feel like
Because you were like,
a lot of.
oh,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, you were like if you can't support two women and all these kids, like why get into it? And I was like, damn, dude, Jarvis got a fucking point. Like, I've been watching a bunch of shows about cults and stuff. Like, I'm engaged, right? I'm engaged to my girl. I love my girl and everything. But I've been watching these cult things. I'm like, fuck, baby. Like,
and congratulations on that, too, bro.
I appreciate it. But I was telling her the other day, I was like, fuck, man, having a cult doesn't sound that bad. Like, you got 5 bitches. You know? But then I started thinking about it. I was like, but fuck, dude, 5 bitches. Like, you got 5 chicks that if one of them catches her period and then the next one catches her period and then someone catches an attitude, it's game over at that point because they're all at your neck.
Like my opinion would have been like done at the point where I've been like, okay, you can have a second wife, right? But if both of them are mad at you at the same time, I can't do that. I can't mentally take care of myself.
Bro, like,
with that.
I can barely handle one, bro.
I'm married, right? I've been married for a couple years now. And it's one of those things where it's kind of like, I can't imagine having a second one. I love my wife. I only want my one wife, right?
Yeah.
Because if I had 2 or 3 of them, I would die. I would either be killed by them.
Well, here's the thing. We done fucked up, Jarvis. We got Latinas. And Latinas be crazy, bro.
They're fiery, but they make good food.
Yes, they do.
Everybody have a benefit. Everybody definitely does.
Yes,
I genuinely believe that. Yeah, because a lot of times when we look at polygamy, it sounds good to have like 3, 4 wives, 2, 3 wives. But when we think about like sex or all the good benefits, but then there's cons to that. And sure. I'm a firm believer, if you can making decisions in life, you got to think about the cons and the pros. And when you jump into that, you got to be willing to take whatever comes with that, good 100%. Or bad.
There's jealousy, there's arguments, like there's, you know, like you sometimes you have like, you know, you're the father, but then you're taking care of multiple, you know, babies at a time that have different mothers, and you're trying to, you know, raise them with different mothers. Like that's gonna be hard.
It's gonna be hard in today's era where it's like everything is so fast due to social media and the news and everything. It's just so much that in the society we live in now, you would have to be really wealthy to be able to have like all these different families. Like, cause I know people like to talk about like Nick Cannon. Like Nick Cannon got like fucking. And my condolences go to Nick Cannon if you ever see this, and because I know his newborn recently passed.
Yeah, that was super sad.
So that was sad. But outside of that, Nick Cannon has he gets a lot of people pregnant. He has a lot of baby mamas.
Kids,
and a lot of people have issues with that. Me personally, if Nick Cannon can take care of all those kids, man, have all the kids you want. I mean, I can't tell you what you can't do. If you can't take care or support all those children, then bro, you need to stop.
There you go.
What you're doing is causing issues and trauma for kids as they grow up, just because for your own selfish reason that you just want to bust, shoot up the club and every chick that you talk to, instead of really thinking about all these children gonna have a male support system as they get older. If he can't guarantee they're gonna have that, then he need to be moving smarter. But if he can do that, have all the kids you want to have. I mean, he rich.
100%. 100%.
There you go.
Like it's one of those things that I think he's wealthy enough to where he can be around too, and I think that's a big thing. Is like, and we've seen it. And I don't know if you've seen it personally, but I've seen it in our, you know, where we grew up, like in the town we grew up, and I've seen like people I know, unfortunately, that have been those people and put themselves in those situations where they have a ton of kids with a ton of different people, but they're not really around. If that makes sense. And those kids are very lucky to have really good moms, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're taking care of their kids, but you know he's not, that person is not involved. Right. And it's one of those things where it's just like, it's a parent, and it makes you wonder what that's going to be like later for that child.
Right.
Like,
I'm big on that.
Because they don't. I mean, they're not the richest in the world either. Like they don't. They have the money to support maybe their kid to a point, but it's still hard. It's still hard. Like so, it's one of those things where you just gotta like I don't know. It could be multifaceted to go on that point.
Yeah.
Not to make it somber.
I mean, you definitely killed the vibe, Kyle. I'm not gonna
lie. My bad.
Nah, it's all good. I'm really big on. I don't have any children, but I'm really big on children because I'm blessed to have two really good parents. And but the unfortunate thing is you don't get to pick. Kids don't pick their parents. They don't. So if you bringing a child into this world, at least put them into consideration of understanding that they didn't ask to be here. You brought them here. So do what you're supposed to do to give them the lifestyle that they can be proud of as they get older. A lot of people have children or while their children is already here, they being selfish about it. And a lot of times people can be selfish without even really noticing that it's selfish. Like people that be like, like it could be like a guy, right? A guy having a child with a girl that's have a bunch of that show qualities of not really being a good mother, because the red flags be there. You just got to be able to catch
for
it.
sure.
Oh yeah,
but it'd be a guy that might, shoot up the club and a chick that don't look like she's really fit to be a mother. And then there's women that deal with guys that don't feel like that know that they're not ready to be fathers just because of how they feel about a dude. They want to just have a baby, or a dude just want to have a baby to try to trap their other partner.
Yeah, and that's dangerous.
Stuff like that is selfish because it's like, I mean, don't get me wrong, you might be thrilled to have that child. You might really want to be there for that child, but you knew prior to having a baby with that person that you knew that other person wasn't all the way in, and you knew that's something that they really wasn't with.
Yeah.
So it's like, though you might really care for your child and might do for your child, you still gave them a disadvantage. Because I don't care how rich you are, I don't care how successful you are, you being without the other parent, because it's a lot of things that a father only a father can teach his child. There's a lot of things only a mother can teach their child, and
100%.
when you deprive your child of that because of the decisions you make, and that's selfish. And a lot of people don't realize that because they thinking, well, no, as long as I'm doing what I'm doing for my child and I'm good. You are good, but at the same time, you went about it in a selfish way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people got to be cautious and stuff like that. And, I mean, you're never going to make the best decisions all the time, but take accountability of the decisions you do make and try to do your best to make it right when you do.
That's one of the things you figure out when you get older is your parents had no idea what the fuck they were doing, and you weren't either as you ain't lied. Like when you think about like those things, you kind of look back and you see it. You're like, oh, they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. They were figuring it out along the way, and they and luckily like it seems like our parents did a pretty good job, but and some people are blessed to have that, but. Everybody's trying to figure it out. It's one of those things. Life isn't all figured out at 20. Or 18, you know what I mean? Like that whole situation of being an adult at 18, I think it's the silliest fucking thing in the fucking world.
That's fucking wild, son. Like we're all in our late 20s, and I'm sure none of us have it fully figured out. Like, we're still trying to like. I mean, look at you and me, Kyle. Like we're trying to make this podcast thing happen.
Yeah.
And it's
9 to 5 is not like something we want to do forever.
Exactly.
Like, we like to do it working on the side while we got the opportunity to build something else if possible. Like, we want to do something for ourselves, but I mean, will it be successful? I don't know. Maybe. I hope it is.
Hopefully.
I really do.
No, I think y'all definitely will. Y'all serious about it? Y'all consistent about it? Y'all making upgrades as y'all go along? No, it's definitely gonna see its way through for sure. I guarantee you. If there's anything I can do to help, I'm definitely with that.
Hey, we appreciate you, man.
I appreciate that very much.
No, for sure, bro. I love to see the people I know, or just people in general that's chasing their dreams. I love to see them do good. I don't really operate off jealousy. I operate off of inspiration. Mm-hmm. So if when I see other people do it, I'm like, if they can do it, I got 2 arms and 2 legs just like that. I mean, I can do it too,
Hell
so it just motivates me to want to do the same thing. So yeah.
That's kind of like how I've been thinking with it, because I'm sure you know Mark too,
Mark the
like Mark
Protege.
Hernandez, Mark the Protege.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah,
You
man.
you
He's another
done work
guy.
with
He
him.
like I just see him like doing his thing, and that makes me really proud of him, man. And also inspires me a lot too because he started a podcast studio.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
he
That's what
did.
he does.
Yeah.
He's doing his thing. He's grinding, trying to build it up, and still working where he does, so he can make that happen, make that dream happen.
Yeah.
And
Right.
like I respect that so much because that's one of our goals.
Fuck
We
yeah.
haven't quite gotten there yet, but we will.
Now
No,
we
y'all definitely will.
we taking
But it's
baby steps. Like we
but
don't
we're
have to.
proud of him while he is. We and
Yeah,
jealous
yeah,
of him. We want him to succeed. We want him to be really
Right.
good because like if you're jealous of somebody, that's just negative vibe you're putting into the
yeah,
universe, and it's just
Right.
not healthy to do that to
It's
yourself or
not.
to the other person
yeah.
because you don't want them to feel insecure about what they're doing either. Like
Right.
you
Right.
want them to
Yeah.
Exactly.
also feel like they're doing it right because they are. Don't make
Yeah.
somebody feel bad just because you feel bad about yourself. If that makes
No,
Right.
sense.
exactly,
Right.
bro. Exactly.
Right.
Like you said it perfectly. And like that's what this podcast is all about. It's about sharing the love, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we
No,
hope
definitely.
one day we get to sit down and talk with Mark. We hope we get to sit down and talk with O'Shea Way, with Byron Bandana, with Spacely. Like we would love to be able to interview each one of y'all at the Opinionated Podcast, each one of them at the Overthinkers Podcast, and just kind of build
Right.
from it, right? Like
No,
slowly
definitely.
build along with building a community of our friends, of our family, or of just people we've met on the road there, and just everyone come up, right?
No, definitely. Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
cause it's awesome. It's awesome to see you, like you yourself, do your videography thing, do your music videos, like see you work with all these different new talents that I would have probably never heard of. I promise you, I would have never heard of Stiff Barbie if it wasn't for you.
Hey, to be
And
real,
like,
I shot her first music video too. That's crazy.
and you shot her recent music video. Like
Yeah,
I
I shot her
saw that
recently.
y'all just teased it on your
Yeah.
Instagram, and it just dropped, right? Or it's about to
Yeah, it
drop.
did. Yeah, I think she dropped it like I think like last week. So yeah, it's out now. That she definitely got a name for her buzzing. Like
Bro, she
she doing her
buzzing,
thing.
buzzing. She
Yeah, she
buzzing, buzzing.
buzzing. Yeah,
Yeah,
she buzzing. Yeah,
yeah.
she
Like,
she doing her thing. And one thing I do respect about her, she is dedicated to making it because she makes it work.
yes,
She not
sir.
just like she takes advantage of the opportunity she have, and she is dedicated to making it work. So I respect
Yeah,
that. For real. That's one thing I know for sure.
yeah. And
Hell yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, she's a guilty pleasure of mine. And like, I've told Kyle, like at first, I was like, man, I don't like her music, but there's something about her that attracts me to like her videos, attracts me to. I mean, she's a good-looking girl, right? Like
No, for
she's a
sure. Yeah.
beautiful girl and everything. But I realized as time went on that I'm attracted to her hustle, right? Because at first I didn't like her music, but her hustle was like, holy shit! Like this girl is determined to make it no matter what.
No
Like
matter
she's
what.
gonna grind. But then she dropped her latest single, and I was like, "Holy shit!" I'm just bumping to it. Like her single before that, like
He
her
texted me.
album.
He's like, "Hey, this is actually kind of slaps." And I
Yeah,
was
like her album Boyfriend Slayer. I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I bump it every now and then. Like it's a guilty pleasure. And then I see you working with her, and I'm like, holy shit! Like this is all going full circle. Like the homie Jarvis is doing videos for her. Like you did her first video, you just did her last video. Like that's super dope. And it blows my mind to see like how everyone that not everyone but like a few people that we went to school with, a few people we know, they're determined to make it no matter what. Like they're willing to grind. Like you grind, see the Dawn grinds, O'Shea Wayne is grinding his ass off, Stiff Barbie is grinding her ass off. And it's just a beautiful thing to see all y'all just grow as a collective. And like I hope one day,
That's what it
like
feels
with this
like, be collective.
podcast, is that we get to talk to every
Yeah.
single one of y'all and just get to dabble in the collective, right? Like get to see every single one of y'all grow, but also like be able to spread y'all's work everywhere.
No, definitely, definitely. That's the goal, man. I want to be able to do this stuff and take care of my family, that my future family that I have, and just allow my art to take care of me because I just love doing it. It just uh her videos when I do her videos because the cool thing what I really like about her is that she's real open to whatever I have to say. So like with her videos, I get like 100% creative control,
Oh,
and I
that's
tell
nice.
her, yeah, and that as crazy as that sounds, that's rare for like
Yeah.
for directors and stuff. Because normally the
Yeah.
artists will come to you and kind of they'll kind of give you their idea, and all they really want you to do is bring their idea to life.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah, they
with
want the
her,
stories.
she'll send me the song.
Uh-huh.
She'll say, "Hey, you got any ideas?" And I literally, I pitch an idea. She's like, "All right, let's do it."
Bro,
And
that's
I
That's
dope.
get
awesome.
it is so I get full credit, and I
Yeah.
love that because especially too because she has a pretty large following
Uh-huh.
that now I get the. But sometimes as directors we put a lot of effort into videos, and if it don't get a lot of traction, sometimes we feel like, dang, I put too much effort and it's not really like being
Taking
seen,
off.
Uh-huh.
right? So with her having that platform, I get to display my talents at a larger scale to where people I
Gotcha.
know other people. I've had so many people that have found me because of her not the last one, but the other one where I wrote like
Yeah,
stiffest
yeah, yeah.
on in
Hmm.
that
Like,
little box thing.
yeah, I was about to ask you about that because you made that like
Yeah, I
the
made that
Barbie box for
completely by
her.
myself.
I
Yeah, I
saw it
made
on
that
your.
all by myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
So being able to have that on there, like I gained a lot of respect from a lot of other like local directors and people that's from like I went to Austin and we actually real cool now. But I went to Austin to film at this other director's studio because he got his own studio where he allowed people to rent and shoot at. And I shot there, and I knew him, but he didn't know me. So as I was talking, and he had came in, he had his red camera, and granted, like I'm not at the level. I don't have a red camera yet. That's one of my goals, but I don't have that yet. But he had a red camera. He sat down. I'm like, man, bro, that's dope, bro. I've never shot with a red. That's still one of my goals. And we were just talking. And he was like, man, I appreciate y'all shooting at the thing. You know, just talking to me like a regular person that just booked the
Hmm.
studio. And I was like, yeah, bro. Like, he was like, Alex was there because I shot Alex video there. And Alex was like, hey, bro, let me get your Instagram. You know, he got his Instagram. And then he was asking for mine. I was like, oh, bro, I already follow you already. I don't even know if you know me. And I was like, I'm Spidey. And he was like, oh, it didn't register. And I was like, oh, I'm the guy that made the stiff Barbie video with the stiffest. He's like, oh, bro, that's you? That's you? Oh, hey, bro, he did right then. He was like, hey, bro, I'm giving you that, bro. That was hard.
Hey, hell
So it's
yeah.
like I'm getting a lot of love. So that's the benefits of having your work put on a larger scale.
Hmm.
Because then,
Mm-hmm.
even though they might not know you up front, which I like that. I like the double lifestyle. I like that I can do really good work, walk in Walmart, and people still not know me.
Uh-huh.
But then if I'm in the right setting, I can get the respect that I love. So I love having
Bro,
a
it,
Hannah Montana
Hell
double
yeah.
lifestyle. You know
nah,
what I'm saying?
nah,
That's a
bro.
dream, bro.
You're
That
the
is a
real
dream.
Spider-Man right there playing double lives, bro.
Yeah, no, for real, the real Peter. I
Hell
walk
yeah.
in Walmart. I'm Peter Parker. I get behind the camera. I'm Spider Man.
There
You
you
know,
go.
so
There
Hell
you
yeah.
go.
yeah. Hey, somebody in the comments after I dropped Still Barbie's recently, after she dropped a recent video, and I posted the snippet on my page. There's one guy named George. Shout out to George. He a sound guy, but he also do like photography and stuff
Uh-huh.
too. He had said in the comments, he was like, hey, there go my neighborhood, my friendly
Spider-Man.
neighborhood director. I was like, bro,
Uh-huh.
I like that. I'm keeping
Hey.
that. I am keeping that. That was friendly neighborhood director. I
Hell
might put
yeah.
that in my bio
That's
somewhere or
fire,
something.
bro.
That's
That's
actually super
straight
dope. I love
fire.
that. You should definitely put that like now, honestly.
Right
Hell
now, for
yeah.
real.
Oh, that shit's fucking fire, bro.
Hell yeah.
Honestly.
Oh shit. We got two Instagram questions for you, bro.
Okay, for sure.
All right. So the first one is from Juan Paco Pico de Gallo. He asked,
Okay.
"Who was your favorite person to work with in your videography career?"
That could be anybody. It doesn't have to necessarily be artists. It could
Yeah.
be people that you just like film for,
Just
things like
people
that
in
too.
general.
Yeah.
Oh, and mine is gonna not so much go based off of wow factor. Like I know people might think that my answer would be based off like how popular the video was or like how much buzz. But my answer would probably be based off um of connectability and relatability, like how well we work together.
Okay.
I really wish I could give a single person, but I can't personally. That's very difficult.
That's a pretty good thing though.
That's a
The way
it
it's like,
is, yeah.
like,
Because I because of how I work, I don't just now because of the level, not to say the level, but the way I do my work now, I don't just work with just any and everybody the way I got it set up. Like when people DM me and they don't even DM me. I don't even take DMs for like bookings. I normally do it like through my Honeybook. I got Honeybook.
Okay.
And they go through my my website to book through my contact form. So and when they do that, I require to know their Instagram name and stuff. So I'm able to check out the Instagram. So they got certain things, like I don't really do videos with dudes like waving guns in the camera. I kind of got away from that. Gotcha. So like if I go to their Instagram and I see that, then
ain't you.
I'm not even gonna respond to them. They just not gonna. I'm just leave them on red.
Gotcha.
But
that makes sense.
Only time I'll make an exception is if I know them personally. So if I know you on a personal level, like I grew up with you, let's say O'Shea don't do that, but let's say O'Shea decided he wanted to do something like that. Because it's him, I'll let it slide, but I'm not doing like none of his homeboys because I don't know them like that. And it's dangerous playing with stuff like that. But
you may actually be the person to be like, I think we could go a different creative direction on this. Like,
right.
I think we could go without it and still make it hard. Like if that makes sense. Like it's still gonna be hard like you want it, but we're gonna stay away from the guns.
Right.
Like for right now, that's something we should be, preaching outside of it anyway.
Right,
really
definitely.
Those things waving in the air anyway. So,
bro.
like I could see the thought process.
No,
definitely.
That's real deal Holyfield right there. Because I mean, you gotta protect your image at the
right.
Same
no,
time.
and it's true. Yeah. And when I got other people visiting my site, I don't want them seeing all. So it'll stop me from other deals. But to go back to my favorite person, it's Okay, so this is what I probably have to say. It would be between. This is gonna get controversial, and I don't want nobody to feel no type of way.
Oh, it's a hot take.
But it will probably be between AJ McQueen and Stiff Barbie.
Okay.
Only because it's on a couple of things, right? I connectability. I want to be able to hold on real quick. Give me 1 second.
You're good.
Take your time, bro. Take your time.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. No, but
I want to be able to. It's a couple of things that I really love when it comes to video work. Is how well we work creatively. Like if we work really well creatively, like we either bounce ideas off of each other, or I get a lot of creative control to where I can really put who I am and my talents into the work. So and that's one. Two is taking the initiative, and because even though I'm hired as a videographer and director, until I get to superstar level where I got other people working under me, like producers and other group teammates that can take other jobs from me, until I get to that point, I can't delegate stuff to everyone. You know what I'm saying? So right now I'm independent. So if let's say I hit Steph Barbie up and I say, hey, this is my idea, this is what I need to make the video happen. Of course, I'm gonna do my part. Like for instance, our last video we did. Actually, she did a lot of the stuff. I'm not gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. But let's say let's say I find the location, she'll find the props. I'll find the I'll get, take care of myself, like make sure I got the right lighting, make sure I got the right equipment. She'll make sure she get the models and the right outfits.
Gotcha.
When you do the teamwork, it makes it easy, especially because at my rates that I charge, I don't charge enough for me to do all the work, me personally. Like the rates that I charge, it's like it's a teamwork thing. So unless it's a really, really simple video and we need teamwork to make this happen, I can't just do it all on my, you can't expect me to go find the location, find the props, find the car, find this, find that, and then we just wait and then we just wait for me to shoot. I need it to happen on both ends. Everybody got to play their part. So what I would say is AJ McQueen and Steve Barbie both do AJ McQueen do a lot on his own. Really, for me, all I do for AJ McQueen is I shoot. He pretty much almost direct his own videos.
Gotcha.
But I shoot. So he'll like for instance, I shoot with him on Wednesday, and half the time I don't even know what the song is till I get there because he already got it that laid out already.
Damn. Okay.
So I would personally I would like a little bit more control over that, but I know that's how he do his thing, and I trust his vision, so he do what he do. He trusts mine too a lot of times too. So and with Steph Barbie, like she'll throw me the song, I pitch the idea. 90% of the time she likes it, and then I'll tell her what she needs and what we need to make it happen, and she'll go get it. And anything else, because I'm the type of person, I'm not gonna put all the work on you unless you want all the work. So I'll tell her, look, we need this and this and that. And I'll tell her, listen, don't worry about getting this. I'll take care of that. But if you can take care of this and that, then we good. And that's how you make a successful video work. But I've had clients in the past, had people in the past is where it's like, they give me the money and they be like, all right, bro, what day we gonna shoot? And I'm like, all right, we can shoot this day. Then they like, I have an idea, I'll pitch it to them, and the day will get closer and they never made nothing happen. And it's like, okay, I could only do so much on my own. I say I have a 9 to 5. It's different if they paying me like $10,000. Then I can hire somebody else to go do it for me. And the artists don't, because realistically, we're talking about like superstars like Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj, Drake. Of course, they don't lift a finger, but they have the money to where they don't have to fund lift a finger, right? To fund it, they can pay the director this much money, and the director can go find producers, can go find costume designers, and they can handle all that, and all I can do is just direct.
And then most of the time they got label money, so the label got
label money, right? But right now, everybody that I'm working with are independent. So because of that, if you really like, that's what I'm saying, like hard work and dedication. Because you independent, you have to. You can't just think, oh, I paid him X amount of dollars. Now he got to go make it happen for me. My job is to direct and shoot the video, and anything else I'm doing it because I want to see the success of the video. But it's a teamwork thing. I have to do so much, and they just have to do the little bit I need them to do, and then we can make it happen, you know? So I got you. And that's where I would say and then, of course, but I don't really have an issue when it comes to like so much of creative connectability. A lot of my clients come to me because they like my work, so they trust my vision for the most part. I mean, most of the time I'm on good standards when it comes to creativity with my clients.
I mean, so you got a hell of a portfolio, dude. Just scrolling down your Instagram, you're just like, fuck, like he's got it down. So you got a hell of a portfolio that I wouldn't doubt anything about you. Like if you wanted to, like, let's say if I wanted to do a music video and you were like, we're gonna do this and that, all powers to you, bro. Like I've seen your portfolio, I know what you can do, I trust your vision. I'm sure a lot of your clients are the same way. They just trust your vision.
They do. And they do. It's just about cause we all got our own things that keep us, we got our own battles that we have that keep us from being able to get stuff done. Like I do procrastinate. I'm a procrastinator. But for me to make stuff happen, sometimes I gotta get off my ass and, you know, really make stuff happen. And sometimes artists be going through the same human things that we go through. So it's like they really want something to happen, but they gotta, you know, we all gotta do our fair share in the process if you want the total outcome to be great, you know. So that's why I respect people that got it got it laid out or they know what they want to do, so things work out in everybody's favor, you know.
Yeah,
for sure.
But I hope that answered y'all question. So yeah, those two would be my favorite.
AJ McQueen
the ones
and
that,
Stiff
well, I'm not
Barbie.
gonna say my favorite, but the ones that I enjoyed the most.
Bet. Okay. Okay.
What's up?
Perfectly answered question.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Question 2, who's your favorite island boy?
I don't even know neither one of them, to be honest with you. I saw that.
Oh fuck, dude.
I don't know neither one. I know them for what they look like. I don't even know their names. I just know they called the Island Boys.
I'm
They
an
not
island
that
boy.
No disrespect, but they not my cup of tea. So.
I figured.
Oh man, that was perfect.
That
was good shit.
I can use some clout though. They need a video,
right?
I can use
Hey, Island Boys, hit up my boy SpidieWebHer.
They not gonna book me. I just said they not my cup of tea, but it's cool.
Nah, bro, they'll still book you.
Find somebody else.
But goddamn, what's it called? What was I gonna say? What was it? I did have an actual question. I don't remember what it was. Oh
shit!
This is just one. If you had a dream booking, like from an artist that you happen to like, who would it be? Like, it can only
Cole.
J. Cole. Okay.
J. Cole. Okay.
Yeah. That's my bucket list. Like,
bro, that's a beautiful choice.
If I shot a video for J. Cole and never shot another music video a day in my life, I would be satisfied.
I think that's fair.
For real.
That's fair.
He's my favorite artist overall. And that would be like a dream come true. I think I would cry the moment I even see a DM from him. So that would be. I actually was crazy. You know what's so crazy? So I filmed an interview for somebody, for this artist, this female artist in Houston. And when I filmed her interview, she had a behind the scenes photographer that was there. And she does other work with him. He a young cat, man. He gotta be younger than us. He don't look no older than us.
Okay.
And I met him. I was talking to him, and you know when you talking to somebody, he was really humble and really cool. So you know he told me like he's real cool with rap a lot and stuff like that. He been around them a lot and stuff like that. Well, I thought was pretty cool, man. Not even I want to say like maybe a few months later. Bro went on because y'all know who Drewski is? He an Instagram comedian. Yeah. Bro, he went on tour with Drewski, but Drewski went on tour with Dreamville with J. Cole. So bro ended up being on tour with J. Cole doing behind the scenes for the off season tour.
Oh shit. Okay.
I was like, bro, I just met you like a few months ago, bro. I literally was like, we were just talking like this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, like that's crazy, dude. Like if that was me, I would probably be crying. Even if I'm not even a photographer like that, but if that was me, then I'd be crying for real. That would be a dream come true for real.
Bro, that'd be super fucking dope.
Oh, for real.
Drewski's also dope. Shout out Drewski.
Like, shout out.
Yeah, he's super funny.
His comedy's fucking great.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, we're at the point of this interview where we do rapid fire questions. This is called This or That, where we're going to ask you very simple questions and you just answer which one you like better. All right?
Cool, man.
So, first one is hot or cold?
Hot.
Hot. Okay.
Let's do Papa Mix or Dairy Queen.
Ooh.
Dairy Queen.
Okay, good choice. Okay. Just so y'all know, for reference, I was down the street from our high school. And that's where all of us would skip either to Papa Mix, Dairy Queen, or Little Caesars.
Yeah.
Those three.
Well, go ahead, Kyle.
I got another one for you. So the next one would be country music or metal music.
That's right.
No, country.
Country?
Okay.
Yeah, you get down with the twang, huh?
Yeah, country for sure. I can definitely rock with some country.
All right, next one. Chocolate, strawberry, or vanilla? You take that how you want.
Vanilla. I don't know about chocolate strawberry. I would have said if you said chocolate or vanilla, I would have said chocolate. But because you said strawberry, I'm gonna just go with vanilla.
I just wanted to throw a random one in there. I'm not gonna lie.
Let's go Hobgoblin Carnage.
Ooh.
I know more about Carnage than I do Hobgoblin.
Okay.
But I'm gonna still take Hobgoblin. I'm gonna take Hobgoblin.
Okay.
Because he's I guess the protege of Green Goblin.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good one. All right. Tom Holland Spider-Man or Miles Morales Spider-Man?
Miles. Only because I'm black and he's black and I connect more with that than he. Okay. I love Tom Holland.
That's fair.
But then again, I don't know who the live action Miles is gonna be, so you never know.
That's gonna be exciting when we finally get one. Originally, the thought process, because I don't know if you know this, I found this out recently. Childish Gambino actually really caused Miles Morales to be created. He's the inspiration for Miles Morales.
I didn't know that.
That's real. So it's based off Community. Okay. The show Community that he was in, Donald Glover. And basically the whole story behind it is they were talking about, a black Spider-Man and having that, and they loved his look, and they were like, he'd be perfect to, they drew inspiration from Childish Gambino and drew up Miles Morales.
And that's probably why they chose for Childish Gambino to be the uncle in Homecoming. Yep. That makes sense. Okay, I did not know that. I didn't know that
originally. Sense. We had listened to it when we were driving. We were driving to Texas. We'd heard it on a podcast, and it was we fact checked it, and it was in fact a real thing. Yeah.
The more you know.
That's crazy.
That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, Into the Spider-Verse is also really good too. So.
Yeah, for real. They're making a cross. They're making the second one. It's called Across the Spider-Verse.
I'm so excited. It's gonna be
it's gonna be so good. It's coming out the end of this year, so I can't wait to see that too. So another Spider-Man movie at the end of the year for me to look forward to.
All right, with it. So. Hell yeah!
I got another one for you.
Oh, go ahead. Okay. I got DC or Marvel.
Marvel. DC I just don't get with DC. There's a few characters, obviously, like I like Superman, Batman, and Flash. I used to love Flash. Yeah. But DC, especially the movies,
bro, they're dark.
Just not hitting like that, man.
Yeah.
But what I will say is they new cast for Superman. No. Old guy that played in Justice League, I forgot his name. I think it was Calvin or something like that.
Yeah.
I think he was the best Superman actor, period. I don't know why they recasted him. Same. I think he said something they didn't like. And
Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill.
How do you feel about Robert Pattinson being the new Batman?
I was weirded at that. I didn't think it matched. But he plays that dark energy role very well. I haven't seen the new shows with him in it, but I've seen the trailers. Yeah. And at first it just didn't sit right. But then when you look at it, I get why they thought he would play. Because he do play those dark roles very well. So I think it's something that like with Tom Holland, I think it's the same thing I got with Tom Holland. When I first saw Tom Holland as Spider-Man, I was like, nah. It grew on me though. And I can see that if I were to watch it like that, I can see it growing on me for sure.
I feel like he's young enough to like grow with the series, right?
Yeah, he definitely is.
Kind of like Tom Holland, where he's young enough to grow with
it.
Kind of like who was the guy that played Wolverine in the movies?
Hugh
Jackman.
Yeah,
like he grew with the fucking series.
Yeah, he's one of those characters.
Yeah.
It's really gonna be really hard to recast Wolverine.
Yeah, it's really like Robert Downey Jr. Like
Iron Man. Anytime I think Iron Man, even if I look at the comic books, I'm just like, nah,
him.
bro.
Even Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. Like, I mean, at this point,
bro, you just can't recast those people.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I will say, if you ever want to see a really good film with both Robert Pattinson and Tom Holland in a very serious flick, and almost like scary flick, you should watch The Devil Inside. It's on Netflix.
Oh, yeah?
It's got it actually has Tom Holland as a main character, as well as Robert Pattinson's also in the movie. There's a ton
Okay.
of it's a all-star cast. There's a bunch of people in it, but it's like a suspenseful horror movie. It's really fucking good, and it's I will provide nothing in terms of context. It is just a wild ride all the way through.
Okay.
But
Interesting.
it's really really good.
Okay. Kyle, what's your next this or that?
Oh, I was a beer or liquor.
Liquor. I'm not a big.
Good choice.
I'm not a big. I don't drink enough to drink beer, so it would have to be liquor. I drink alcohol on occasion.
Gotcha.
I mean,
I get that.
Smirnoffs is cool, but I can't do like Bud Lights like that unless I'm being
Yeah.
like beer pong or something.
I'm one of those weird motherfuckers who likes IPAs, so it's cool. You can trust me.
Yeah.
No,
Nah,
weird people who are like, IPAs are delicious.
yeah, I'm an alcohol nerd in general. Like you talk alcohol with me, I will explain to you what kind of glass you need to pour the certain alcohol in, how much ice to put in there. Like that's my thing, dude. Like
That's what's up.
like I used like this is why me and Doug grew even closer. Like after high school, I used to go drinking with him and everyone that he used to work with, and then we like grew on it, right? Like he learned about Bud Light Platinums. I put him on to other things, and like we just went on from there. Like
right.
that's why me and O'Shea way, and like we still talk every now and then. I haven't seen him in a minute, but every time I get a chance, I always chop it up with him. And
For sure.
yeah, but like if you ever want to know about alcohol, do not be afraid to hit me up. I will explain it to you down to the fucking science, to the molecules and everything.
I know the dark stuffs like bourbons and things like that. Like I live in bourbon country, so we've been to many distilleries from Maker's Mark all the way to Wild Turkey, and literally everything you could think of. Like heard about it.
All right. Last question. What's the first thing you do in the morning?
I'm not proud of it. First thing I do in the morning, I check my phone. And I get up for work. I literally get up like 30 minutes before I have to be at work.
Gotcha.
I'm terrible with that. I need to stop. But I'm a night owl, so like
Same.
I'm not a. I don't. I
Same
mean, I
here.
like the morning. I just it's hard for me to wake up in the morning. I'm a night owl. Like I stay up late. Like after we get off here, I'm probably gonna hop on the computer and edit it or do whatever. I'm a night owl. Like for real.
Gotcha.
I stay up late. Yeah.
I feel like 100. That's when I'm at my best when it comes to creating.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, for me
exactly.
too. Me too. Yeah, I definitely like that too.
I'm useless in the mornings, like 100%.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, I can't focus creatively in the morning because if the sun is out, I want to go outside. I want to go do stuff. I can't get.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I can't.
I wake up at 7 o'clock every morning. My brain does not turn on until 9 o'clock.
Yep,
Like I need to smoke some Delta 8. I need to drink some coffee. Then maybe I'll start waking up.
All right.
Yeah. Well, Jarvis, this is the end of the interview. I appreciate you for coming on with us.
For sure.
Now is your
Great
chance
time.
to shout out everything you're doing. So if you got links, you got hashtags, you got usernames, right now is your chance to spread the word about what you're up to and share all your links so people can
It's the
find
fun
you.
part.
Gotcha. So, I got of course my production. So follow me on Instagram at SpidieWebHer. Just how I spell on Danny's
Board.
board up there. Just how I spell like that, but without the instead of a 3, it's gonna be an E. But just spell just like that.
No,
So
we'll,
it's at
we'll have the links in the description just to make sure
cool. So
everything's right.
at SpidieWebHer. And then my production Instagram is at SpidieWebHer Productions. The link in the is in my bio if you want to book me. Like I said, I do commercials, weddings. And I don't want to. I know this is the end of the interview, but I did want to say this, man. I actually did a video for endodontist, and they did like 3 of my root canals, 2 of them for free. For exchange for a video, so that was really cool.
Oh, that's what's up.
So that was really cool. So that was my first like corporate video.
Okay.
But yeah, so I do commercials, I do weddings, music videos, fashion videos, Instagram videos, whatever. I do all video work. Also, follow my YouTube channel at Spidie Talk. So it's SPIDIE and then Talk. Was actually director Spidie Talk. So it's director, then Spidie, then Talk TALK. Or you can just type in on YouTube hashtag Spidie Talk and you'll find my videos. And also follow my podcast with me and my 6 other bros, the Opinionated Podcast. Our Instagram is at the Opinionated .podcast. And then our Twitter is at opinionated7 or something like that. And our YouTube is the Opinionated Podcast. So definitely check us out. We're in season 2 and we killing it, you know. And and my Spider-Man fan film, I'm really excited about that. That's gonna be coming at probably towards the end of the year. And man, I just can't. That's gonna be a moment to remember for real. So y'all be on a standby for that too. So yeah, that's really about it. So
hey, that's
really
what's up, man.
y'all.
That's what's up. If you don't mind, send me all the links to that email.
Okay.
It's the same email. That way, I can put everything in the description on the episode show
Gotcha.
notes.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, and we'll plug all your shit. Again, Jarvis, SpidieWebHer, we appreciate you coming on, bro. It was a great time. We had lots of fun. Please come back when you're gonna drop that project. If you got any projects ever that you want to promote, let us know. Hit us up on Instagram. Hit us up on Twitter at the Weekly D Pod. Anytime you want to hit us up. Anytime you got questions on mics, on different things, just like you open your door to us, we open our door to you. And anytime you need anything, bro, just reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to answer your questions. And if we don't know the answers, we'll find someone that knows the answers.
For sure. Likewise. If y'all need anything, y'all need any help with anything, please don't hesitate to hit me up. I know I be busy, but I make time. I try to make time for everybody. So I love helping people I know for them to get to where they want to go. It's just a great thing just to help people. So I really appreciate y'all. For real, thank y'all so much. I really enjoyed this. Definitely,
we appreciate y'all. We're gonna be reaching out to more of the cast members of the Opinionated Podcast. To our listeners, if anyone wants a specific interview or someone y'all think we should talk to, hit us up at Instagram, at on Twitter or on Facebook at the weeklydpodcast.com. You can find us on all streaming platforms. YouTube videos will be releasing soon. We're a little backlog. I'm a little behind. I'm not gonna lie. I've edited some videos, but I need to edit more. I got clips. I got so much shit coming soon. February, the merch store is dropping, and we got so much more stuff. Live streams coming, gaming channels coming. Accidental Chaos is coming back. This is our first episode of the year, so thank you again, Jarvis, for coming on.
I'm honored to be our first episode.
You are our number one episode this year, so we really appreciate it. Season 4, year 4, you know. That's what's up.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man.
Like I said, thank you to everybody that listens. Thank you to all our listeners. If you like what you heard, subscribe, give us a thumbs up on Spotify, on YouTube, on everywhere you listen. Give us a 5-star. Give us a 5-star review on Instagram. If you don't like what you heard, leave us a review and tell us why we fucking suck. It's okay. We know we ain't shit. Thank you all again. This was lots of fun.
Last thing before we figure it out, just so everybody's aware, for any listeners that will be listening to us regularly, weekly, for now, we are not the Weekly D Podcast. We will be the Bi-Weekly D Podcast, as we will be actually promoting these every other week for now until we can kind of get the schedule figured out, just only because it's a little bit hard to kind of get everything scheduled out, especially at the beginning of the year. I'm super busy, Danny's super busy, and we just want to make sure that you guys are getting quality content rather than just us talking in a thing about nothing. So,
and also, like, we're booking people, you know, so it's taking a little bit of effort to make sure we got someone every other week.
But hopefully soon we'll be back on a regular weekly schedule.
Yeah.
So just for now, we'll be the bi-weekly podcast. We're not going to actually change our name officially, but that is something that will be happening for us.
Yes, sir.
As probably as well as other podcasts in the paper plate media outlet, i.e., I'm Need a Beer and Accidental Chaos. So
yes, sir.
Gotcha.
All right. Gotcha. Thank you guys for listening. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.